Welcome to episode 39 of Lore Hero. We are all back here, and we're doing more of a special episode again. We're going back to the engines. We did Guitar Hero engines. That took 2 episodes, and we still have the Rock Band engines to talk about, which we're going to do today. There's not that much to talk about with these things, if we're being honest. They're all pretty much a similar thing. So this will not be a 2-parter like we did with Guitar Hero. It's going to be a one and done, because 1, there's less games, and 2, they're all pretty similar. So, anyways, how are you guys doing today? Let's do quick introductions.
Yippee.
Keep it casual.
I mean, honestly, it's been a quiet week, I feel like.
Yeah.
Nothing too much crazy going on. I feel like real life is settling back in after the trip, right? It's been like a month. We're kind of settling back into things.
See, here's the thing, is that I just noticed something that Jake was drinking out of. Jake, is that your Fortnite Festival water bottle?
It is. I got to wipe off all the condensation so you might be able to see it.
What are you doing to that bottle, bro? Damn.
I'm just
Wait.
wiping it. I got my bottle straight wiping it. I don't know if you can see the logo on there, but there is a Fortnite Festival.
there you go.
Very, very.
Hi guys.
It's the Jake bottle.
All right, so today we're going to be talking about Fortnite and Rock Band.
Nice.
That wasn't planned, by the way. This is just what I drink water out of because it's a water bottle that we got in Copenhagen.
It's a nice water bottle. I didn't bring one home.
It is nice. I like it.
I brought one home.
It's nice for the battle stage.
Yes.
I
Works
stole
as a
that
weapon.
shit.
It's glass.
I got 2. This is the one that actually I wrote my name on top of. They all write our names on the lid for whatever reason. So this is the one that says a Wise Moose, and I got a clean one over there that's not written on. I have guitar picks in there. The ones that were given to me by one of the Metallica audio engineers at the airport in the customs line.
Hey.
One of those. And one of those, too.
Base pick.
Jesus Christ, Alec. That was a long-ass sip.
It's hot down.
Thirsty.
If you want to call that a sip.
A chug.
Sip, slurp,
All right,
chug.
sorry, we're getting a little carried away. We're talking about Rock Band engines. We're talking about Rock Band engines. And by the way, it was a pretty eventful week. There's some shit going down, like FC-wise, full band FC-wise.
Full band FCs. Hey, I was in one of those.
All right.
I do
one of those, man.
That's true.
I did doing banjos. I did that.
We gotta
That happened. That was important.
We gotta talk about this week in general at some point too. But this one was very highly requested episode because we went into a great deal about all the Guitar Hero engines. It's time to just get down and dirty with the Rock Band engines, mostly because a lot of people haven't tried them to this day. People have not really tried the Rock Band games. They tried Festival. They tried Rock Band 3 Deluxe, probably. But Rock Band 1, 2, track packs, Beatles, Lego.
Rock Band 1 is a very overlooked game at this point because it, for one, had a very short lifespan, especially on the last-gen consoles. I believe they came out later than the 360 and PS3 on PS2 and Wii especially. I think that came out maybe in May.
Wii came out months before Rock Band 2 came out.
Yeah, there was only a couple months of Rock Band 1 on Wii before 2.
I think I remember it was early 2008 that it came out on Wii, and people were still buying
this is a Googleable
the Rock
thing
Band 1
here.
instruments. And I was like, what? I swear on my life it was was that
June 22nd, 2008, bro,
what the
on the
fuck?
Wii. June. That's over half a year later than 360 and PS3, which is November 20th.
It goes to show that there were people that were very fully committed to staying in the Wii family. That's the stranglehold that the Nintendo Wii had on households.
The Wii was such a phenomenon, bro.
I was like,
had them.
I was like, dude, these instruments fucking suck. Why are you buying it for Wii? Why? This is the worst version of the fucking game. And then I was
I love my dongles.
Yeah. Well, no, you know what? There were no dongles. They're all wired for Wii.
They had dongles, bro.
They're all paperweights.
The drum set
nowadays.
was wired. The Strat was not.
Sure, yeah. Strats. The Strats all had dongles.
Sorry. Yeah, I got my shit mixed up.
Hold on. According to a quick Google, I didn't realize it was this much. There were apparently 101 million, more than 101 million Wii's sold.
Yes, sir.
Globally.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. It broke 100 million.
I thought it was in 90 millions. I didn't realize it was over 100.
Broke 100,
101 million.
Absolutely stole the show, ran away with the 7th generation.
People wonder,
I think Xbox and PS3 sold in the 70s millions, maybe 80s.
People wonder how Nintendo stole his money. That's why,
Yeah, no, I mean, what the Wii was astronomical.
It was so hard to find.
Switch.
It was
astronomical.
literally a global phenomenon. The Wii was fucking nursing homes were using it because it was motion control. You get those old people. Yeah,
they still are.
My
Just
grandma,
Dance
up
still
until
comes
the
out
day
for
she
it, right?
died, in her retirement community, she would play Wii every week. I think I already I talked about this on the podcast already. She was Wii bowling, but
That sounds fun as fuck. I might hook up.
Now
the
it's the
Wii.
Switch. Now it's
Might
the
hook
Switch.
up
That's
the
the
Wii for
new
some bowling.
phenomenon. The Switch has outsold the Wii by a significant margin already. I think.
It
I
has.
think
Was it
the Switch is at
170 million?
That's not
units,
that high
probably?
yet. It hasn't
No, there's
beat
no
the
way.
PS2. The PS2 sold like 150
PS2,
something
man.
million.
And now let's go talk about the Rock Band 1 ports. We're going off track.
Yes.
Just a little
Okay.
bit.
So yeah, we're getting off track again.
All right.
So
It's okay. So now 6.5 minutes in, no, almost. We're now talking about the engine. So Rock Band 1, this is like Harmonix's departure away from the whole Guitar Hero family name, and they're just like, we're gonna go do things our own way with MTV and getting published by EA. Electronic Arts, man, like they were publishing a rhythm
in the game.
Yeah, and so EA would start sticking with them for a while, and this is when they had like their unlimited budget of like just being able to license tracks. Rock Band 1 had a killer list of tracks.
Real
But
quick, before we get
Strange
further into
Things-
this
Oh, yeah, go ahead,
timeline here. This Rock Band 1 came out in 2007, November 2007, like right around the same time as Guitar Hero 3, like a month after. So Guitar Hero 2 came out just 1 year prior. So this was like 1 year between Guitar Hero 2 and Rock Band 1. So they were already working on Rock Band 1 during Guitar Hero
Or if you
2's
think
life
about it
cycle.
this way, for an Xbox 360 only player, that was like the first console, they had played Guitar Hero 2 months prior to Rock Band 1.
Actually,
That was
true, yeah, because it came out like in April of 2007.
April 2007, and then a couple months later, Rock Band 1 would drop.
True.
So, a couple of steps back that they had from Guitar Hero 2. One, it feels like almost exactly like Guitar Hero 2, almost like to a T.
They
Feels
based
exactly
the engine
like-
off of
like
Guitar Hero
GH2
2 very obviously. It's
360.
plays the
Yeah.
same. Looks different, surely, but it plays the same.
I would
I
argue
think
that
it's worth
mechanics.
mentioning how hard it is to see hammer-ons and pull-offs on Rock
Yes.
Band.
Yes,
Very
Rock
yes.
Band in general, people have a harder time recognizing a hammer-on or in a pull-off, but Rock Band 1 especially, even to some of us, me sometimes is a bit harder to see that that's a hopo. It's better than Rock Band 2, but Rock Band 1 definitely did have a big problem with that. And
Oh God, yeah.
Yes.
Festival's fine nowadays. They really
dude,
nailed it
another
now.
problem
with that
How they make square hopos.
Yeah, they make the square hopos. I like to call them sushi notes. That's
sushi
never
notes.
that's
That's
never
stuck
left
with
my
me.
vocabulary.
It's stuck too.
The sushi
Yeah.
note.
Calling it sushi notes is perfect.
sushi, the
another
Steam Deck,
I wanted
the
to talk
Switch.
about. Oh yeah, Steam Deck. yeah. I like Steam Deck so much. Steam Deck notes. Yeah. Okay. So back to Rock Band 1. We're talking about steps back. No hyperspeed in this game at
Yeah,
all.
why?
None.
It made no
bro?
sense.
Huh?
I remember reading on like GameFAQs and Score Hero like years ago. I wish I could dig up these forum posts, but there was somebody who asked a developer of the game, probably like E3 or a PAX or something. I don't know if PAX was that early on, but they were able to get a hold of them and be like, why is there no hyperspeed in Rock Band 1? And so this is where, the whole narrative of Harmonix going, we want people to enjoy and experience the music, not
Oh, that's where that comes from?
treated very much like a game. Like this is all now, this is how like the whole conversation started, how that whole narrative spawned became a thing, is because they didn't have hyperspeed in Rock Band 1. It's kind of like a big domino effect. Oh, we had the Rock Band 3 Pulse of the Maggots chart because of this. Like, you know what I mean? That the big domino effect.
So it was just that was a
Harmonix wanted
non-answer.
people to-
We wanted people to
it's like a
experience the
non-answer,
music,
yeah.
so that's why we didn't have hyperspeed, which has nothing to do with you experiencing the music. In fact, it almost
Oh,
hinders
boy.
your ability to enjoy the music because you're not hitting the notes as well, so you're hearing less of the music.
Great argument.
Yeah, no, I mean, hey, if that's the answer that they want to give for Rock Band 1, if that's what they want to,
No, they're
tell
just
us
making
about
shit up.
Rock Band 1,
Whoever said that,
I
they're
don't
just
know,
making
man.
shit up. They didn't have a good answer, so they're like, you know what, we want to experience the music. That's a non-answer answer.
But it also like begs the question. It's like, dude, you just had hyperspeed in Guitar Hero 2. Like,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah,
So
you
you
just
didn't want
kept it.
people
It's
to
not that
experience the
hard.
music in Guitar Hero 2. You didn't want them to. Okay.
I guess
That's what you're saying.
They had the game Rock Band, and it was like, okay, you know what? Now it's time to make it our way. We
Soft
want to do it
reset.
this way, not the way Red Octane wanted to do it with Activision Publishing. It's
It
like
feels
we
just
can
like
do
an
it our way now.
oversight.
But I feel like it was oversight.
Yeah, it feels like an oversight to me. Like it feels
Yeah.
like they were focusing so much more on let's make sure drums works and we got vocals now, and just didn't even think about it.
Yeah,
Like-
I can almost draw a parallel like to how Rock Band 4 came out. Like when Rock Band 4 released, it was kind of a mess. Some things didn't work properly, and it took about a year for it to get into a good, playable, decent state. Rock Band 1 is almost like just the beta to Rock Band 2, which is
Yes.
Yeah,
and Rock Band 2 is essentially just what Rock Band what they wanted it to be, right?
Agreed.
And what it is.
But-
And
Yeah,
even
and
in
what
some
it is,
ways, even in some ways, I feel like Rock Band 2 was incomplete too.
Sure.
I could have sworn that they wanted pro drums in Rock Band 2, but they
they
didn't have
definitely
time.
Definitely. They were charting
Totally
cymbals since the start.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
more
they
talking
actually
about
no,
the engine.
no, they
Yeah,
did
yeah,
want
yeah.
because like the Rock Band 2 drum kit even had the cymbal
Yes, it did.
ports on there that you could add.
Yeah,
Yeah, they definitely wanted a pro mode. I never
yeah.
visited
I
that
want to
before.
say that they probably pulled like all the pro charting from the drum animations in Rock Band 1, and they're just like,
Yeah,
oh,
for sure.
we can just streamline this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they already had to chart the cymbals so that your character in the game would hit the cymbal,
Exactly.
just as the MIDI event of them hitting it. So it was already there.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about how Rock Band 1 drum freestyle sound samples. It's like the clunkiest
Sounds terrible.
drum
Cool,
set.
cool, cool,
It is
cool,
the
cool.
clunkiest drum set ever. Lunk-a-gung-gung-gung.
And a really fucking loud
fucking
cymbal
snare,
at
dude.
the end. The
Yeah.
snare. Du-du-du-du-du-du. Fucking machine gun.
Lunk-a-gung-gung-gung. I feel like the fucking Blue Man Group when I'm hitting yellow and blue, man. It's so funny. But yeah, it's super, super clunky. Like Rock Band 1 left a lot to be desired. I mean, they also
It left people
did
wanting
have, like,
more.
Did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
left you wanting more. There's no hyperspeed. Overlapping star power was really awesome. That was like the first time we ever saw overlapping star
You
power.
guys ever played
And
Danny
again,
California?
Yeah, you'd be
Oh,
in,
dude,
you'd be
with the
in
Never
star
run
power.
out of
like a
overdrive.
minute straight, dude. That's how
Oh,
you get the
there's an
achievement in
achievement.
Rock Band 4
Yeah.
There's a
just
team
never
Rock
run
Band
out.
2?
and
maybe?
Rock Band.
Maybe
2?
3 for having a 90-second overdrive. There's one. It's one of the older games. One of them's there
Yeah.
too. The
You
meta
know-
used to
if you
be
remember the
for
Chivos,
just doing.
Let us know.
Yeah, it used to be like doing a full band because you could just have like the guitarist activate, and then right
Yes.
before that one's over, the
Yep.
bassist, and then the drum
I
somewhere.
think
and
that's
then
how I
vocals.
got it.
But there are a few songs where you can do it solo. And Danny
And
California
people
might
wonder
be one.
why.
The Kill is one of them. I'm pretty sure. I think
Yeah.
that's what I did it on.
Yeah,
If
that
people wonder
BPM
why,
slow
it's because of
squad.
BPMs. So
Yeah. Well, actually, it's actually a multitude of things because the star power actually works differently in this game. For one, it's called overdrive, but no, actually, like a hyper brain rot definition of why this is different is because like the Guitar Hero star power works based on like BPM and time signatures and measures. But Rock Band 1 specifically did it kind of differently. They did it in like more of a manual way. That with this was explained to me by Tanner, the Tan Man. Is that it doesn't work? It works based on like BPM and time sigs, just like the other stuff. But it works on markers, is what he called them. So each beat in Guitar Hero would be a marker. But I think they had to like manually place them in Rock Band 1 or something along those lines. But there's something that got wrong in a couple of these songs.
This game
where
is fucking broken.
the markers were
What?
like halved, so like there was like half the amount of markers that there should have been. So in essence, it doubled the length of the star power overdrive.
This game is
Interesting.
fucking broken.
Which is
never
why
watched
some
that.
songs really, I never knew it either. I knew some songs had like really
Dude,
long
March of the
overdrives,
Pigs.
but that's why.
March of the Pigs overdrive lasts forever.
Yeah, I think that's
Yes.
probably another one of them too. It was just that the markers that were supposed to be put in place were just half as much as there should have been. So
Huh.
it went
Because
twice
March
as long.
of the Pigs time signature is very odd, and then you play that on Rock Band 1.
What is that
you
time?
add-
Is it
7. It's 7/8,
7/8?
right? Or 7/4.
It might- it's probably 7/4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3,
no, I feel like
7.
it's.
It's
Are you
7.
sure it's not 7/8? It might be 7/4 with a high BPM
Probably.
Actually, it's probably 7/8, but they
Yeah, I
probably
think it's
chart it in
7/8.
4.
because that means that the BPM would be in half. Yeah.
This is
Like, if
another
it was
Googleable and findable
because it
thing.
goes, it's two sets of 7, and then
Yeah. 1, 2, 3,
it does
4,
a
5,
full.
6, 7. Yeah. 1, 2, and then
1, 2,
it
3,
would be
4, 5, 6, 7. 1,
4,
2,
4,
3, 4,
Music
8,
theory
8.
with the Lore
1,
Hero
2, 3,
Boys.
4,
Yes.
5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you can hear it in your head if your brain rotted enough.
Oh, damn, there's not a picture of the path. I wanted to see the thing. Anyways,
Okay.
where were we even? Overlapping star power.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah,
mean, like
so-
we're talking about the engine.
Yeah, we're still talking about it.
We were.
Well,
I mean, like
let's
But,
move
this
on
is not.
to.
No,
The
big-
minutia.
one big thing about overdrive being different than star power is that it doesn't change the color of the notes. All the notes
Yes,
still stay
that's
the same
true.
color as they
That's
were, and
true.
that bothered some people that they changed to blue in Guitar Hero.
You know what's funny is that like I never even noticed because I was just so focused on playing the game. Like, is that weird? Like, it
No,
just never
not
really
weird at all.
crossed
No,
my mind.
no.
Just
Yeah.
there.
It's the same way.
Yeah.
Festival
Um,
does that still. It's just Overdrive.
I like the festival. Does
Remember
that
when
a lot,
Overdrive
actually.
was orange in Fortnite Festival?
Nope.
Yeah, you guys remember that?
It's
It was a
always in
long
white.
time ago.
You made that up. This is the
Nostalgia.
Mandela effect. It was always white. Let's make
It's
that
like
up.
the Berenstein and the Berenstain Bears.
Yep. Or the cornucopia for Fruit of the Loom.
Tostino's pizza rolls.
Still remember that shit. There was
That cornucopia
was,
fucking existed. I know
it was
did.
real, damn it.
It totally
It was
did.
real. It was definitely real. Anyways,
So let's talk about the strum limit because that's a hot topic.
sure is. It still existed just like it did in all the other Guitar Hero games.
Yep.
But
And we
critically,
know why now. We know why.
yeah. So if you guys didn't watch episode 34, episode 34 is when we talked about the early Guitar Hero game. Well, the title of our slide that we're looking at right here is called Lore Hero 34. That's when we started the engine. So I got a cheat sheet right there.
Cheater! He's cheating again.
I'm cheating again. I'm a wise cheater. But the strum limit essentially was a software solution to a hardware problem, a perceived hardware problem, where guitars would overstrum without a second actual input from the player. So they added a software solution to that where you cannot have two strums happen within 50-ish milliseconds of each other. I forget the actual number, but
It was like 50. It was like 52.
52, 50. I always think 54, but yeah, that's not right. 52. 52 is right. So that essentially means, because you have 1,000 milliseconds per second, and you have 60 frames per second, so there's some weird frame rounding issues that go on there. But that essentially means that you can only strum approximately 15.5-ish notes per second on an NTSC system that runs at 60 hertz. But if you're in the PAL region, where the game runs at 50 hertz instead, if you're on AV cables, this comes into play here in a sec. But if you're running the Rock Band 1 at 50 hertz, the strum limit is closer to 17 notes per second. So that actually gives you a lot of extra notes you can hit per second. And there's one song in this game, Greengrass and High Tides, that actually makes a huge difference. That is the strummy song in this game. This is this game's Trogdor.
On disc song.
Yeah.
On disc, final one, longest 10 minutes.
And it happens on both guitar and bass.
Yes.
Yep. Bass is shorter, so
yeah.
it's okay on NTSC. It's still doable, but still very fast.
So
very hard.
if people ever wondered why UCOG Monkey came into such high prevalence and was getting a lot of FCs, especially in the Rock Band 2 days, that's a big reason why, because he was in PAL. So he was able to do things that we couldn't do. And then in terms of strum limit, I said on disc song because if I'm not mistaken, the Motley Crue album came out for Rock Band 1 DLC, right?
yeah,
Don't get mad.
Yeah,
Don't
don't
look
go
back
away
in
mad.
anger.
Don't get mad.
Don't look back
don't
at
go-
mad anger. Oasis.
Don't go away mad, just go away.
Just go
Yeah,
away.
that's what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
a couple of don'ts.
It's
and
the
then
it's the
leaving.
part that goes.
Dude, I'll never forget the day Rock Band 3 came out. The day Rock Band 3 came out, Elliot put up a video of him FCing the strumming on Rock Band 3. I'll never
You can
forget
just do it
that.
now. Hey,
You
spoiler!
can just do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Shh,
mean,
shh,
like,
shh.
everyone just had such a connection with the Harmonix games, and then so Rock Band 1 coming out, and then finding out that this is their long-term plan to just support a game, a very basic game, where you
A
have
platform.
four people, basically beginning to make a platform. Everyone who had a fucking brain was on board. I'm just saying, anyone who had a fucking brain was on board.
No, I
and look
agree
at
with
what
you.
Harmonix is doing now. See, they're still here.
They
They're
did it
still
again.
fucking here.
They're-
You can
they're
say whatever you
reinventing
want
the
about
wheel.
the Guitar Hero
Yeah.
games. The Harmonix are the ones that still stuck around because they
Yeah,
actually
they
had a fucking
survived.
plan.
You just pointed out something super interesting, which is that, hey, there were a bunch of people that never wanted to get on the Rock Band train because they're like, no, Guitar Hero is the original, even though it was Harmonix that made them both.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing the exact same thing with Festival, where it's
Yes.
like, no, I really want a new Guitar Hero. No, why don't they make a new Rock Band? When it's still literally Harmonix making it.
Yeah.
And-
This is
yeah,
the new
that-
Rock Band, bro. It's Rock Band and everything but name.
Sorry you
So
don't like
weird.
it, but this is just the way it is. Like, this is how it is, you know? Like, we're not going to get
sorry.
Rock
Don't
Band
like
5,
it? Hey,
guys.
you know what? Go play Clone Hero or Yard.
Yeah.
No, those are
Do
good
whatever you
games.
want.
play Yard.
It's fine.
Play Rock
Yard-
Band 3 Deluxe. I
Yarg
promise.
is like
Still
Rock
exists.
Band,
Good
you
ass
know?
time.
Like,
But yeah, I mean,
But anyways,
like,
that was a strum limit.
that was a strum limit.
But
Calibration in this game is fucking bad and dumb. I hate it. I don't know. You know what was
It is
crazy?
pretty bad.
That you can go into the options and they have presets for each type of TV,
Which is
did not
Wait,
exist
what?
Boneheaded.
in any other Rock Band or Guitar Hero game. Rock
They
Band
have
1 is
that?
the only one
Yeah,
that was
they're
like,
presets.
oh, you play
What?
on an LCD TV? Select this one, and it
okay,
was
I
dog
don't
shit.
remember that.
Oh, you got a plasma,
screen
Use
TV?
this.
Use this one. Dog shit.
None of
You
them
play
work.
on a-
Every TV is different with different input lag. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah. But like they were really trying to make sure that the game was accessible on just about any sort of display. You know, like if you're playing on a projector or like at a movie theater or some shit, or if you're playing on a fancy new HD TV that cost $1,200 and was only 30 inches. You know what I mean? It was that type of shit back in 2007. Like I think it didn't even separate audio and video, and
Rock Band 1 did.
Rock Band 1 separated audio and video? I thought it was AV offset in Rock Band 1. I could be wrong.
Just like Festival.
Maybe I could be
Like
wrong.
Festival is.
Been a while since I've calibrated Rock Band 1, but I do know that
Funny how
there's
we went
negative
back to that.
calibration.
Negative calibration is in Rock
Yes.
Band 2, 1,000%. I know about that because of Kyle Root's videos.
Yes.
Because he
was
FC'd the
was
entirety of
at the
Rock Band
forefront
2
of that.
on negative 100 milliseconds so that he can get all the early whammy
We'll
possible.
get into that.
Crazy.
We'll get into that. But I believe Rock Band 1 did not have negative calibration, or else we would have known.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm booting up my
Uh-oh.
Xbox right now. We're going to fact check this bitch
Put
right
that
now.
shit up. Yeah, fact check right now. I heard
Right,
that
let's-
fucking beep was cold. All right.
You heard that beep?
I heard the beep.
Damn,
I
that's
didn't-
impressive.
We got it. We got to rush through the
another
rest of
thing-
these.
Another thing that Rock Band first pioneered, and no other game has really done it, is solo percentages and the bonuses that you would get from solos
Yes.
if you based on how well you
It's
did.
very cool. I like that.
Very,
addition.
very cool.
Yes.
So, like, say you're playing Reptilia and you FC the solo, well, there you go. You get an extra, like, 12,000 points
Dopamine.
for FCing the solo. And you would see the score jump up as soon as you're done with the section, too. So, very, very satisfying to look at. But
And this
solos
actually-
were only on guitar as of Rock Band 1.
Yes, no
Only
bass, no
on
drum
guitar.
solos. And I should have put this on slide too. But there's gold stars that are not bound to an FC. An FC doesn't mean gold
Yes.
stars. Gold stars
Yes.
just means you hit a certain
6
average
stars.
It's
multiplier.
6
Or-
stars.
You're
yeah.
star.
6 stars, essentially.
Yeah, but
which
it-
is something
they turn
Guitar
gold.
Hero did not do, even in a gold star standard, until Warriors of Rock. Sorry, GH5. GH5.
Yeah,
You didn't
GH5
do that shit until
added this
GH5,
in
and
the
you
6
had
star.
to get an FC, no overstrums. You had to
Before
have
or
no
after?
overstrums. Oh, before or after, yep.
Now, I think it's worth pointing in a little bit of lore here that wasn't the first time the community actually charted, like, if people got 6 stars on a run.
Very true.
Because back in the Score Hero days, people would think, okay, well, hey, this is what the multiplier needs to be for a 3-star, 4-star, 5-star run. So theoretically, this is what it would take to get a 6-star run. Let's see if we can get this score. And
Math,
people would
bitch.
do that.
Math.
So some songs in the past did it. I even have scores for like 7-star runs.
Some
and things
more
like
lore. Some more lore on Guitar Hero 3 PC. If you get GHTCP installed, you can view score cutoffs up to 9 stars using
Yes.
GHTCP.
which is pretty much
Hey.
unheard of.
Which is
9
unheard
stars.
of. I don't think anyone has ever gotten a 9-star, but there have been theoretical
I-
8 stars.
I've definitely
that
got a
have
9-star
been-
before.
Really?
Yeah, To Be Where There's Life on,
Yeah, the
on
Oasis
Guitar
song.
World
Yeah,
Tour.
I
The Oasis
saw
song
that
with
shit
all
coming.
the extended sustains.
I saw this shit
11x average multiplier, bro.
Wow, 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 wow.
So,
Bud.
yeah, the exact same drum beat the entire time. Most boring song ever known to men. But I have Rock Band 1 up in front of me right now. So, you guys can't see this. Actually, I could make you see this.
You can make them see this.
Actually, no, I can't because I'd have to have OBS running. I can make you guys see this. I can't make
Yeah, just-
you guys see
They don't
this.
bother.
It's all. we believe you.
Yeah.
So,
Bitch.
I have the calibration thing up, so I can see the presets. There's 5 presets actually. There's one for a standard CRT TV, a plasma.
They
a-
had one for standard CRT. Wow. Not a reset button, a standard CRT preset for offset.
I don't know
That's
that.
insane.
I don't know what that means. Hold on. What are my calibration numbers? I have -10, which is
There you go.
there. So there
Is it
you can
AV?
do negative. There is a -10 AV sync offset, and then there's also a lag compensation offset, which I'm sure is something.
Oh, so it's AV
probably
offset
festival
with
type.
input offset.
It's probably festival type. Yeah. AV
Okay.
input.
Wow. So they did
So
do
they
a
went
step
back.
backwards.
They went back.
They did do a step
Yeah.
Yeah,
backwards.
they changed it. in
That's
other
really
games.
interesting.
That's actually cool as fuck because
So I'm
not
at -10
everybody...
and 15. So
Oh,
I
that's
want to
some
go
pretty
see
good
what
lore
the
right
presets
there.
are. Yeah,
That's
pretty good
really
lore.
good.
Oh, wait, what's the clip? That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool lore.
Pretty cool lore. Wow, great
That was some
lore.
interesting lore. That was some
Interesting.
Interesting lore.
Great
Alright, so
lore right
standard
there.
CRT. Congratulations, your TV is now calibrated to play Rock Band. Come play it anytime you feel like. If you come back at any time you feel like you're playing out of sync with the TV. Okay. Does it tell me what my settings are? 0 and 0. Wow, crazy.
No
CRT
reset
is
button.
just 0,
A
0.
You know what? There should be a CRT button for calibration in every single.
Holy crap!
They should have that
It's
for
just
festival.
0, 0.
It's like, why
Okay.
the fuck are you playing Fortnite on a CRT? How did you even get this set up?
0, 0, man. I don't know. CRT
How did you do
settings.
that shit, dude?
Insane.
What?
Okay, but anyways, they're standard, plasma, LCD, rear projection TV, and DLP TV. I don't know what a DLP,
DLP?
TV is.
What?
I don't even know what that is.
Wait, what is
I think
a
that's
DLP
another type of
TV?
projector.
It has a little copyright symbol next to it, so it's something fancy.
Digital
trademark
light
reserved.
processing.
Ooh.
Oh well, it's got an
okay,
AV sync
so-
of 25, and it has a input lag of 40.
Ooh.
So I want to find the worst one.
It's a chip made of tiny microscopic mirrors and a spinning color wheel to create an image.
I just
Oh,
found
it's
something
like the
that
Virtual Boy.
I just found
It
something I didn't
apparently
know
has
existed in this game.
3D?
3D.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Dude,
Are we
what
gonna
the
bring
fuck
3D
were we
back?
doing in 2007 with TVs? What
Bro, why
crap
didn't
were
we
these
get
guys
rock?
smoking?
Why didn't we get Rock Band 3D? Come on, Harmonix. What the fuck?
Dude, so
You know, if you play
I'm
Black
calibrating
Ops
here.
1, if you play Black Ops 1, there's an option on Xbox 360 and PS3 for 3D TVs.
Nah. You
There
ever
is.
play? You ever play
My
Sly
dad-
Cooper, bro?
My
They had
dad
3D
used to
glasses
have
on
a
one of the
3D
games.
My dad used to have a 3D TV, so I got to play Black Ops 1 on a Vizio 3D TV.
Insane.
It was nauseating. It was probably one of the weirdest experiences of my life.
I turned that on without having a 3D TV, and it was nauseating as fuck.
Very bad.
Doesn't look great.
Anyways,
yeah,
so hold on
that
before we
being
get off
said-
of this. So I was going through the calibrator there. There's one more thing after you're done choosing your numbers, and that is video overscan, which
Yeah,
is
video overscan.
that's
It's
I
only
didn't
in there.
know overscan was in Rock Band 1.
It is.
So my Rock Band Gauntlet started today, so I was making OBS scenes for the Rock Band games. I was like, fuck, there's like no overscan in Rock Band 1. I'm gonna have to make a different OBS scene where I stretch out the image manually so there's no black bars around the top and bottom and everything. There's a fucking overscan, but the only way to get to
You
it is
have
through the
to-
calibration menu.
Yeah.
There's no separate
That's
menu
insane.
just to just select
So
only
s-
overscan.
For reference, there's no overscan settings in Guitar Hero 2.
No,
for 360.
and that's why you see a black
or
border
any of the
around
PS2
everything.
games. There's nothing on the PS2 games either. That like wasn't a thing.
Mhm.
But yeah, Rock Band 1 had overscan, but you had to go through the calibration screen beforehand to reach that overscan button.
Did not know that.
And I thought
didn't
that
know
shit
it.
was so dumb growing up because I would switch between, Rock Band Family Night, and then we would be on the HD TV that needed overscan, and then I had a little CRT monitor that I used to play on the little 1024 by 768.
Hell yeah.
Clean fucking output. VGA
ooh.
monitor, no
Ooh.
lag, beautiful setup.
That sounds so
one of my
nice.
favorites. And you turn it on, and the static would go zing.
Yeah,
You know
dude,
what I mean?
that feel, and then you get you
Yeah.
put your hand close to it, and you can
put
feel
your
the
hand close to
static
it, you feel the static.
on your hand hairs.
Yeah, it would lift. And then I'd be like, it's Guitar Hero time. It's Rock Band time.
Oh yeah, it's Guitar Hero time.
Yeah, some of my first,
It's Rock
some of my
Band
first
time.
videos ever
It's
were
time
a
to
digital
rock.
camera. There's a digital camera pointed at that CRT monitor, man. It was goated.
You can
So
probably
good.
see the scan
Dope.
lines and stuff going up because
Yeah,
the
yeah,
sync
no,
was, it was out of sync.
And
yeah.
it had like a little safe zone feature on mine. So like I would shrink it down so that I would have the illusion of adjusting the size of my highway, and I thought that shit was so funny. I would do that
That
all
works.
the time as a kid. It worked.
Bro had to figure it out.
Big rock endings were another thing that got added to Rock Band.
Great feature, like
Great
genuinely.
feature.
Yeah, I like 'em.
Basically,
Yeah,
Add it to
just
festival
all-
for real.
yeah. Need
Yeah.
in a festival.
Yeah,
I
sure.
would love to
Fuck
see
it,
it at
why
the
not?
festival.
They were
basically-
overutilized in Rock Band 1, and then they got underutilized. They just stopped doing them.
Yeah, they stopped
Yeah.
doing them probably because they received a lot of criticism for adding shit to songs that didn't need it. But now that's the only way that I can hear some of those songs. Black Hole Sun is not the same to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
The
Yeah.
hand
Angela,
that feeds,
dun, dun.
strangely enough, is not the same to me. Don't Fear the
Long
Reaper
Time.
and Foreplay Long Time.
Yes!
Long
Don't
time.
Fear
That's
the
one of my
Reaper, Foreplay
favorites.
Long Time.
That little outro
That is
solo.
the best in-house
Yeah.
outro that I've ever heard.
was
So good.
Welcome
Oh,
Home in
Welcome
house or
Home.
is that yeah?
Welcome,
Welcome
Home
Home
was
is
one.
also
Welcome
in-house.
home.
There were a
Yeah.
lot of big
Or-
rock endings in Rock Band 1, and almost
a lot.
all of them were
My
them
favorite-
editing like the song like to make it
Yeah.
be there. Like it wasn't
Yeah.
there
My-
out of necessity
My
because the song is
favorite
just
one,
like that.
one of my favorites was "Okay Goes, Here It Goes Again." It didn't need to be there.
Dude, it was there. Yeah, they didn't even do anything crazy. It was just pretty much a sustain you're playing over, and it was there for like,
Yeah,
it was just you got like 3,000 points maybe. Like it was
Yeah.
pretty short.
yeah. Oh, the shortest one was "Paranoid." Is that
Oh
one
yeah,
of the
yeah.
shortest
Paranoid
ones?
was
Yes.
on there too, but
It
that
was
was already a
super
cover,
short.
so that kind of makes sense that they could add it. A lot of these
Yeah.
other ones were already master tracks that they fucked around
Yeah,
with
they
added
actually-
it for no good reason.
Oh,
Well-
one of my favorite jump scare ones was do you remember Death of the Cool?
Yes.
Can't
Can't
let go.
let go.
Can't let go. Death of the Cool. Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. I
Yeah,
love that
didn't they
song.
like stop and then there's like a second of silence and then it goes?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like a jump scare, but
Yeah.
it's cool.
It's so funny
So-
we're talking about all this Rock Band 1 stuff. I'm gonna be playing this shit in 2 hours.
Well,
I know.
I wanna-
Hey, refresh on the lore. Yeah, go ahead.
We
dude.
got yeah.
Sorry.
We got to give some more lore. So if people have ever played rips of these songs in Clone Hero, you'll notice that there are notes behind the big rock endings. They had to do that for animation's sake, and you'll notice that they're terribly charted. They're really bad
They didn't have to be charted
Some of them
well.
are
because they
decent.
just did it for
Most of them are very
animations.
bad.
Yeah.
Most of them are decent. Most of them are very, very bad. We'll see.
I mean, Bodhisattva's Rock Band 2. but
Bodhisattva
yes.
Rock Band
Yeah.
2 is very infamous for that.
Yeah.
If you've not seen
But-
the Bodhisattva Rock Band 2 Big Rock
You're missing
Engine,
out.
That's
We're talking 30
Fire.
notes per second.
Yeah.
30 notes per
It's
second.
fast.
It's very fast.
Inhuman.
Yeah.
And then
Double
lastly,
the double the strum limit, by the way.
Yeah.
If
You know
were
what,
to actually try hitting that.
past this last point on the slide, which was PS2 and Wii using video backgrounds. So let's talk about that just like very briefly. The studio, Pi Studios, who were doing backports for PS2 and Wii. I'm sure they really, really wanted to try and push the limits of the PS2 and Wii to get Rock Band 1 working. Unfortunately for PS2, is video backgrounds only, but we knew the Wii was capable of pushing graphics. So they did do that for Rock Band 2, but for Rock Band 1, for the time being, I believe it was a very, very rushed port, so they were just like, fuck it, video backgrounds.
They're probably working off the PS2 port anyways. They're pretty
Exactly,
much the
yeah,
exact
yeah.
same.
Yeah. Well, the PS2 uses a more beta strike line than the Wii version. If you look at
does it?
PS2, if you look at PS2 footage of Rock Band 1, it uses a very early version of the strike line. The Wii version uses a more final strike line.
Yeah.
It's super evident. You just like put them side by side. I'll probably paste them in here for you at some point, but it is
Sure.
it is kind of shockingly different from each other. But that being said, it's kind of a technical masterpiece that Rock Band is on PS2 because it's supporting 4 instruments, 2 guitars, drums, and a microphone, all with master tracks being tracked in game, like multi tracks. Sorry,
30
not
megabytes of
master-
RAM, by the way.
Yeah, 30 megabytes of RAM. That's ridiculous. So, like the customization on PS2 and Wii for Rock Band 1 specifically was like there was no customization whatsoever. Wii ended up getting customization and video backgrounds, or not video backgrounds, like actual 3D backgrounds, but PS2
Damn. Did you
stayed
hear that
on
thunder?
video. I did not.
didn't come
Thunder?
through here.
There was a
Didn't come
big
through this.
thunder. Damn.
We had that
Um,
yesterday.
The sky looks dark
I-
out there.
I also want to talk one more mechanic about Rock Band 1 that stands out to me is the fucking vocal engine for this game. Talking notes. Now,
Did you hear that
speaking
one?
Notes, yeah. No. Maybe I heard a little glimpse of it, like a little.
That was a huge one.
It was like a. Pew.
Trying to get Jake because he's a cheater.
Yeah.
Hopefully your power stays on. I've been having my power go off in
Keep
recent
coping,
storms, so
JP. Yeah, no.
don't end the episode. Let's go.
Yeah, don't
Yeah,
end the
it-
episode,
fingers
please.
Dude, if my power goes out on a day like this after hyping this shit up for a week, that's going to be a disaster. Anyways,
That's why we
moving
keep
on.
talking. Don't think about it.
Yeah,
just
no,
keep
think
talking.
it's fine. It's fine.
Move on.
Yeah, I want to talk about the vocal engine really fast. For
Dog
Rock
shit.
Band 1, it's
Talkies.
talkie. Okay, so you don't know what talkies are. It's just unpitched vocal notes. So the if you've never played Rock Band 1, you've never sang in any of these games. It's going based on pitch, not how you pronounce a word or how you say it, or like just at what pitch it is the only thing that matters when it comes to singing. But when there are songs that don't have any pitch for singing, a la like Sabotage by Beastie Boys, that's a song that has no pitch when you play the song on vocals. I guess they were trying to experiment with trying to make talkies actually matter, the words that you're saying. That's from what I understand, or just my theory, because talking notes are very, 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 very fragile and broken in Rock Band 1. You kind of have to time them a specific way. Super Zero 225 actually is an expert with all these broken talking notes, and I remember a video of him F-sing Sabotage by Beastie Boys, and he had to literally go sabotage, something like that. Like you had to make like CH sounds, or like little scratchy sounds to make some of the notes hit on vocals.
That's crazy.
This was fixed up in Rock Band 2 and then eliminated by the time Beatles was around and Green Day and Rock Band 3, because those are all different engines too. But in Rock Band 1,
theoretically, what a talking note should be, you just have to make a noise and it'll hit the note.
You just have to make a noise. Yeah, because like it's even evident in World Tour, Guitar Hero World Tour. All you had to do was speak. That's it.
Just make
but
any sort of noise.
Here in Rock Band 1, for some reason, the way that they accept voice on through the microphone for talking notes, it's just not good. It's very, very broken and bad. I don't know if you guys had anything more to add for Rock Band 1, but that's about as complex as
I
it was.
do not.
The next game
That's
is
the majority
Rock Band
of the
1,
Rock
technically.
Band complexity, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd
a lot
say
of the
so.
rest of the stuff is improvements going forward, aside from AC/DC, which is just mainly
Just Rock Band 1.
Rock Band 1.
Not a lot to say.
Yeah,
That's
the
literally
next one here on the slide
says-
is
yeah.
AC. All the track packs. They just use the Rock Band 1 engine. No differences.
Yeah.
There you
Nope,
go.
No differences at all.
All you need to know. Even
Uh,
even Country Rock, the Country Rock track pack 2, whatever the fuck. Even on the back, it shows gameplay of Rock Band 2. It's just lying. It's
That's
lying.
crazy.
The disc
Oh, yeah.
inside is based on Rock Band 1, baby.
Yeah.
Also, that was the fun fact that Country Track Pack 2 was released in early 2010, which is even
11.
What?
Oh, it was 11? That's
11.
terrible.
It was after
That's
Rock Band
awful.
3 came
Crap.
out that the track pack 2 came out.
Okay, you know what? That's really bad.
That's crazy.
I gotta verify this. Yeah, February 1st, 2011.
I
Jesus
thought it was
Christ.
early 2010. That's bad.
The first
dude.
Country track pack probably was 2010, but yeah, they're shipping Rock Band 1 out 4 years later.
I will
three and
say
a
that the
half.
Rock Band track packs, though, on PlayStation 2 have updated assets for the strike line.
Oh, really?
It's no
interesting.
longer the weird beta strike line that they have in.
I've only
Rock
ever
Band
played track pack 1, so I didn't even realize it looks just like regular
Yeah.
Rock Band 1 on PS2.
Just
yeah, I
looks
think
like
I
regular
think I
Rock
only
Band
played
1.
the metal track pack. In
Yeah, that was
AC/DC.
that was one of the very few track packs that I owned next to AC/DC.
Yeah,
It was just
because they
the
were
metal
pretty
track pack.
cheap. I think they were like $20, right?
It was I got it for like 15.
I think
and then,
like they
the code-
brand new they
the
were like
code wasn't
30,
used.
Yeah.
but
brand new.
you could always buy them like
And, well, people- for
either
people who
used
don't-
or later, you know.
For people who don't know why they made those, it was because it was for people who didn't have Xbox Live. That's why they made those, so you could export it to whatever game you had. That was a big
Basically, yeah, it was a
or on
way for
PS2 where you can't get DLC.
PlayStation
Yes,
2.
exactly.
It was mostly for like PlayStation 2 owners that they still wanted to play new tracks, but
It was
they,
an interesting
uh,
idea, but didn't really stick. You know.
I mean, it's a bit like whenever we talk about Guitar Hero in 2009 and how they released 10 games, this is the track packs is what we're talking about when we say like Harmonix wasn't innocent either. You know, they did track packs and they released however God knows how many of those. They did what? Classic rock track pack. They did track pack 1 and 2. They did metal track pack. They did country track pack 1 and 2.
Classic
So-
rock.
AC/DC.
AC/DC. That's like 10 games, is that not?
No,
Yeah.
I think there's 7.
there's
AC/DC.
7?
I'm looking at them right here. Track pack
Oh, you have
1,
all of them.
2, metal, classic, country 1, country 2, AC/DC. There's 7 of them.
Okay.
7 games. There you go. They
Well,
released all
7
that in like
games.
2008, 9, and 10
And I
and
guess
11.
11, yeah. But
Yeah,
did
that's pretty much it
Rock
for
Band 1 on
track
Wii
packs.
didn't get DLC as far as I'm aware,
No.
correct?
No, they
Rock
got
Band 2 is when it
since it
started.
released. Since it released so late, they actually got like 10 extra songs, or 7
Yeah.
extra songs.
There were some
I don't think it
DLC
was
songs
10.
included on disc.
Yes. Oh well, look, you
Depending
forgot to.
if you're in the US or EU, I believe they got
Yeah.
different track lists.
You
Yeah,
forgot to
but
put
so-
that on the Rock Band 2 slide. That they had DLC for the Wii. How could you?
Oh,
well,
okay.
I'll put it on there right now.
Now I'm getting it twisted. Rock Band 1 for EU had 5 extra songs because they got it very late. We, as a proxy, got some of those songs and a couple more. That's what
Yes.
it was.
The most
That's the
ideal
lore.
Rock Band version would be the European version of Rock Band 1 on the Wii, because you'd have like 70-something songs.
Yeah, see, therefore you need the full game FC that one. Don't do any
Part of the
the
main
other
series.
ones. It's main
Shut the
series.
fuck up.
That is the final version of
Gauntlet,
Rock Band 1.
Gauntlet.
This is
Gauntlet,
like
Gauntlet.
Guitar Hero 2 360, where the 10 exclusive 360 ones don't count. Generally.
Just a few.
Depends on who you ask. JP would
That's
be not
true.
one of the people you should ask. Anyways,
Moving on, Rock
Rock Band 2.
The best
Wow,
game.
I
The
like
best
this
game.
game.
One of the best games that we've ever
ever.
seen for plastic guitar.
Basically, this game is Rock Band 1, but out of beta. They
Better.
added hyperspeed back by the name Breakneck Speed, which was beautiful. It was amazing seeing Rock Band 1 songs get exported into Rock Band 2 and seeing them with hyperspeed for the first fucking time. It was great.
Much better.
Unless you were looking forward to playing Paranoid or Enter Sandman. Those did
Or
not
Run to the
export.
Hills.
Or
Nope.
Run to the Hills.
Nope.
That did not export, despite
export.
Run to the Hills being a fucking cover. Same with Paranoid.
And
being a
Paranoid.
cover.
Which is...
Um,
what? Huh?
Yeah,
I don't get it. I don't know. Licensing is weird. I'll never
licensing's
understand it.
whack, dude.
I hope I never, ever get to understand licensing because it sounds like a nightmare. Anyway, Hopo chords were introduced to the game, but they were busted on release for 360 and PS3.
Yeah, you had to strum them, right?
Yeah, which if you watch a bunch of J-Prez's videos or maybe JLC's videos back in the day, they just would strum every Hopo
like
chord
that- like
because
that
they
one
were
part
playing
in-
it on release, and they didn't trust him.
Yeah.
Didn't trust him.
That one part of Bodhisattva,
You used to have to strum the whole
yeah,
thing.
the whole thing. I remember a video of that being like, "LOL, this game wants you to strum these things."
Yeah, but that was a very interesting section to like just put in the game in general too.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting choices being made there.
So by proxy, the Rock Band 2 engine and the Lego Rock Band engine are the same. But Lego Rock Band never patched out said broken Hopo chords. So Hopo chords are still broken a bit on Lego Rock Band. I remember that happening to me when I was re-FCing the full game a couple months ago, maybe last year. I don't remember. But I was like, what happened to the Hopo chord? I hit that shit. And they're like, no, it's just like Rock Band 2 Title Update 1. And I was like, okay, whatever. I guess I'll strum them. The PS2 and Wii engines, I believe, were unaffected. I think the PS2 engine...
Because they came out later.
They came out a bit later. I remember Wii feeling really good for Rock Band 2.
Cyclops
and-
mained Wii, right?
Yeah.
That's so funny. I was just watching a Cyclops Dragon video the other day because I was looking up old
Cyclops
Rock Band.
mained Wii. Like
I was looking
there's
up,
a great
early
video
Rock
of
Band Network
Cyclops where I think it's one of the Yngwie songs where like I think like he gets a power outage or some shit.
That's one of them that I watched. I don't know what it was.
He's
It
on
wasn't
an
Power
FC,
Outage.
and
he was
his
playing
power-
Damnation Game. And it was
his
a
power
different
just
one.
goes out.
I didn't see that one. I saw a different one. He missed. He was a shit miss on Damnation Game. That's crazy that we're talking about this.
I'm pretty sure that was him.
We
His
all
power
live in
goes
each
out or
other's
something.
heads.
That's true.
Single brain cell.
Yeah. There's not really much to talk about. Like, Rock Band 2 just kind of capitalized on quality of life a lot over Rock Band 1.
It was a much
And,
more complete game, like from like
very
a
much more
career
complete game.
a career experience, especially
The
and
strat-
online.
Oh, dude,
The
the
guitar
whole
that came with it.
story mode was just fantastic.
Yes, it was
Yeah.
It's
so
fantastic.
good.
It's so fun.
Tour mode was pretty repetitive, but like that was the beauty of it. Like, because we had 86 new songs, and we were just stoked to play every single.
And you had all
one.
these goals and everything.
It
and
was
like,
actually
I still
84.
listen to the set list on the regular. Like I'm in the car, I'll throw on the Rock Band 2. set
dude,
list.
Jagged Gorgeous Winter,
good.
banger.
And that's a legendary set list top to bottom. I know a lot of people got introduced to Dream Theater with Panic Attack,
It totally did.
Painkiller.
Tenacious D, Master Exploder.
Yes,
Yes.
Master Exploder,
was,
man.
that was like a dream song to get added to the game, and then like it got into the game, and I was like, this is such a good chart. I remember someone FCing Master Exploder where they had to switch to elbow strumming and tapping during the solo. They paused. Maybe you know what I'm talking about, JP. Maybe you do know what I'm talking about because it's an old ass video and I don't
Wait,
know
who
if that
was it?
channel is still around. It was this guy playing on Wii, and he had to pause during the solo so that he can get into position to start tapping because his right hand could do the.
Jake, you found it.
Did you find it?
No, this is Cyclops Dragon's power
Cyclops,
going out when he's
okay.
playing
His power
Damnation
goes
Game.
That's insane. This just happened.
He
No,
gets
but-
so mad.
I would love to see that video of the dude tapping the Master Exploder.
I need to find it.
I want to see that too.
What an interesting spot to have that be done, right? That's nothing crazy to me, but I
I
guess
hope that this is still up. I really hope it is. I don't know if I can find it though. But
so much
it was
lost
this guy,
media from our
It
childhoods
was this
on
guy
YouTube.
playing on Wii, and it was a split screen video. He had a pretty cool like Les Paul faceplate, and bro just pauses in the middle of it so that he can get into a weird tapping position, and he fucking does it. It was legendary.
I feel like
insane.
that's like more impressive. Like it's almost like that old like the genie pose where they're like floating, like putting your arms like crossed. What is this, man?
Yeah,
I
he's just
think I
flexing
may
on
have
us at
read-
this point.
I may have remembered it because Smokey Prod commented on it and was like, "This is the craziest way to FC the song or some shit." He was like, "Why would this is?" You made it work. Like it's like infinitely harder to do it the way that this guy did. I'll have
Yeah.
to find it. I'm sifting through literally 15 years ago videos trying to find this, and like, yeah, no.
I'm
it's
just
not
trying to-
happening.
Like visualize, yeah, like
Oh, okay. So you know what it was? It's like.
I mean, there's
Yeah,
one
and
spot in
then-
there where, I mean, if you ghost it, you'll miss. So maybe
Yeah.
that's what he was thinking of doing. Tapping it so
I
he
ain't
doesn't
afraid of
do an
no
accidental
ghosts.
ghost. That's in Lego Rock Band.
Busted.
Yeah, no, but yeah, no, good ass set list, good ass game. Engine was pretty good.
We love
Top
Rock
tier.
Band 2 down here,
Love
don't we,
Rock
folks?
Band 2.
Easy 9.5 out of 10, because nothing's perfect, but it's a 9.5.
Worth
If it-
mentioning. Still has the strum limit. That's not fixed yet.
Stars Strummer, yeah,
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it does. However, it's easier,
Yes,
kind
it
of.
is.
kind of.
Because whenever I figure out how to get my Xbox 360 RGH to output 50 hertz in PAL mode, I tried FCing Greengrass and High Tides on Rock Band 1. Still struggled a lot because it's still a hard section. It's pretty fast. But then I brought it over to Rock Band 2. I was FCing it almost every time. Almost every time on Rock
First
Band
try.
2.
Look at
So
this
they
game's easier.
changed something. They changed something
Yeah.
with fast strumming in Rock Band 2 versus Rock Band 1 at 50 hertz.
And then we finally got the rendered backgrounds. We talked about that earlier.
Yep,
yes.
and now it has DLC.
I do want to bring up some lore about the PS2 version. So with it still being video backgrounds, somehow
Oh, yeah, the
PS2
PS2
still
version's
has
fucking
practice.
weird.
Still has practice mode, but
Kind of.
here's where it gets weird.
Kind of, yeah.
You can either do full song. Here's how it goes. I believe you can either do full song on slow or only practice a section specifically at full speed.
That's
can't
so
slow down a specific
weird.
section.
Yeah.
I don't even remember how it was, but I do know that you could only practice like of the full song for one of the things.
It's
Maybe-
I
maybe
believe
all the
it's
speeds
full
weren't there.
song on slow, and I was like, that makes no sense.
Yeah.
But I guess, or you could do full speed a single section, or a section from one section to another. I think
I'm surely somebody's made a video about this.
I
Rock
remember making a
Band
video about
2,
this on
PS2
in like
practice
2015.
mode.
I was like, what the hell is Rock Band 2 on PS2?
I mean,
A lot of hate for that
honestly,
video.
that's not great, but I would take it over no practice mode festival.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. I agree with that.
Rock Band 2 on PlayStation 2. Yeah, I made a video
Yep,
on
there
this
it is.
like
I already
9
got it.
years ago. You
There's
can
two
either
speeds?
there's two speeds, full speed or slow speed.
I think it's only full song. I'm pretty sure
Oh,
it is
it's
only the
only
full
full
song.
song.
You can either do
Oh,
slow
wow, so
or
it's-
fast.
That's actually worse than I
Jeez,
thought.
Okay, that's rough.
Oh, bro,
Okay,
it's
yeah,
Taylor
this
Swift.
This might be
Wait,
worse.
wait. No, you can do sections on slow
Oh, there is
speed.
sections. I see it. Hold on, I'm scrolling through. So you can select a,
Oh, you can only
section.
yeah
and it doesn't let
give
you
you speed,
change the speed.
and you don't get an option in.
No, I didn't
no.
actually know about
wait,
the slow
it's a
speed part.
70%.
No, if you select a section, if you want to practice a section by itself, you are locked to 70 speed. You cannot
Yeah.
speed it up.
Oh,
Because on
Yeah.
360 and every other console, you can dynamically change it from 50, 60, 70, 80,
Yeah.
90,
Yes.
and 100 on a
But
whim.
they had to fit this on a single DVD.
Yeah,
Dual layer
32
DVD
megabytes of RAM,
disc.
by the way.
32 megabytes of RAM. But Rock Band 2, nonetheless,
I'll never
there's
get
still,
over that.
They still managed to make Rock Band 2 Deluxe for PS2.
phenomenal.
And it
Good
works.
job, Milo Hex.
And it works. Somehow. Yeah, that's Rock Band 2. Oh, you know what? There's a little bit of community lore with this one. As of late, I didn't know about this, but there's like a whole community of people making Rock Band 2 custom ISOs with songs from other games. There's people that did a full Beatles rock band for PS2, utilizing video backgrounds, and so it has all the video backgrounds synced up.
It's actually kind of sick.
And all the Beatles charts, and they do it
That
all
ma-
in the
that makes perfect
Rock
sense.
Band 2, I believe, or one of the Rock Band track packs that uses the Rock Band 2 engine, but I might be wrong about that.
I don't know, that's a perfect use case for video backgrounds, though, is something
Yeah.
like a Beatles rock band and like all the dreamscapes and stuff. Honestly, it's
Uh,
kind of impressive that they still rendered all those on 360. And
You know,
there's
one
no
thing,
reason for
one
them
thing
to.
that was really cool. One thing that was really cool back in the day with video backgrounds, before we were spoiled with them on clones. I remember Rock Band 1 customs someone showcasing them on Score Hero with the music video backgrounds, and I thought that was so fucking cool.
That's
cool.
Yeah, that's super sick.
But it was full band customs on Rock Band 1 or Rock Band 2 was like a Blink 182, like feeling this before it was DLC, and bro puts the music video in the background. I was like, imagine if we had a game like this, and we
That'd be
did,
so cool.
and it died in 2018. It was called Guitar Hero Live. Anyway, we are moving on from Rock Band 2. I love this game.
Wait, one more thing on Rock Band 2. We got Rock Band
yeah.
Network. We got the Rock Band Network.
Yes, we got Rock Band
yes,
Network.
of course.
Not necessarily
yeah.
engine
Okay.
related, but
Do you want to talk about the trials? How you're able to try songs before
yeah,
playing them?
dude. Yeah.
Like before buying the whole fucking track? Oh my god.
Yep,
Yeah,
there were
just like
trials, man.
Festival. Just kidding. Festival
Just
does it
kidding.
way better nowadays. But yeah, Rock Band Network. That was like how you the community could get their own songs or songs from other people into the game. Like there was just a way for you to do that. Oh, you and your boys are in a garage band. Why don't you make a chart and then get it through the authoring process and you can get it on the Xbox Live
Just pay
Marketplace for you.
$100 a year.
Yeah, it was a really cool idea, and I think it worked out really well. There's a lot of garbage on there, but that's obviously, of course, it would be. There was hold on.
There's a lot of garbage, man.
There were, I have it in my spreadsheet over here, over 2,000 songs that released in Rock Band Network. 2,135
Is that
official
RBN
releases.
1 and 2 combined?
1 and 2 combined, yes,
Okay.
2,135. There was about 1,021 Rock Band Rock Band Network 1.0, 1,114 on Rock Band Network
Wow.
2.0.
Spicy future prediction. I think that this is something they could do in the future with UEFN for Fortnite
Sure.
Festival.
Yes, agreed.
Bring it back Festival Network 3.0.
I'm just saying, if they're already
Oh, yeah,
doing
they're-
UEFN, like why
Look at
not allow people to make their own
Rock
stuff
Band
and
2
release
full band
it?
custom.
Come on, easy
Oh, shit.
peasy.
Look at that shit, man.
That's
Bring
from
it back.
15 years ago. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, this dude just brought two of his friends over. He was playing on drums, and he was just playing
Whoa.
fucking Arctic Monkeys on Rock Band 2. Pretty
That's
insane.
cool as hell.
Really fucking cool.
Oh, anyways, we're back to Rock Band Network trials. You could download a free trial of any song on the Rock Band Network, and you could play 1 minute-ish of the song for free. And then it would just stop you after that minute and say, would you like to
You should
purchase
buy
the
this.
song? Yeah, and then
Yeah,
you can
you
purchase
should buy
it for
this.
80 or 160 Microsoft points.
Which
Penny.
was either $1 or $2, respectively.
Yep, you could have
Or
a cheap
if
song.
you had somehow you
rare
for some
3.
reason were charging 240 Microsoft points, which is $3. There were songs that were 240 Microsoft points. Were they worth it? I don't think so. Shout out to Chris Body for buying all of the Rock Band Network stuff before it got pulled down in 2017. Was it
18.
2017? 18? Before it all got pulled down, he just did a mass buy of like all the tracks. And he was like, "Yeah, the $3 songs were not worth it. They did not deserve to be $3." And I was like, "Okay, you know, it'd be like that." I put in one more custom right here, Duncan Hill's coffee jingle.
I'm watching that right fucking
That
now,
shit,
dude.
this shit was fire, dude. You
Death
see this
clock.
shit? But yeah, I mean, it was a very interesting time for customs and all that stuff, and so people were actually utilizing the video backgrounds, and I believe you could do this pretty easily in Onyx now.
Yes.
You could just it'll utilize video backgrounds if you want to make a Rock Band 1 or 2 custom disc, and so maybe we should do that.
What a
That'd
time to
pretty
be
fucking
alive.
funny. What a time to be alive. Imagine like having festival backgrounds in Rock Band 2 PS2.
Ooh.
That would be funny.
Not a bad idea.
That would be funny.
The funny.
That would be so funny. And we play like The Middle by Jimmy Eat World.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Stuck in
Make a
the
full
middle. Buddy
festival
Holly.
ISO. Songs
Yeah.
that were on
Festival
Rock Band
ISO.
in
Yeah, we'll
that
do-
are in festival.
Yeah.
80 songs. We'll do 80 songs. And then just like,
dude.
You heard it
that
here first,
sounds like a
guys.
pretty funny project. We'll
That
have
sounds
to
fun
figure
as
something
hell.
out.
That would take so much time to do,
That would take
and it would
so
not be
much
worth it.
time.
but
No,
it'd
it
be
would be
Oh,
cool.
worth
it
it
would
for the
be
bit.
worth it.
I think
It'd be
Committing
cool.
to the bit has brought me to places I wouldn't go with a gun. There we
All
go.
right. Good to
That's
know.
what I'm
Thanks.
talking about, man.
Moving on past that.
Rock Band 2. Next game after Rock Band 2, major Rock Band game that came out was was it actually Beatles?
It was the
That
Beatles,
actually
yeah.
came out?
Beatles
Oh,
came
wow.
out. It was almost a year after Rock Band 2. There was a drought of Rock Band games besides track packs. Beatles
Yeah.
Rock Band came out on a cool date. It was on 999.
09.
Yep.
90909. I
September
remember going
9th,
to pre-order.
2009.
I remember going to pre-order this game when Guitar Hero 5 came out, or vice versa. I
Yeah,
think it
Guitar
was
5 came
going-
out like the week before.
Okay, yeah, I went to go pre-order Beatles Rock Band.
I didn't buy
watched
this
gameplay.
game. I didn't buy it.
I
that's
didn't
I,
buy
dude, I
it
love the
early
Beatles. I
either.
love the
I bought it
Beatles.
later.
You know,
Yeah.
I bought it. I bought
it
sooner
later,
'cause
yeah.
I was like, I fucking love the Beatles. I can't wait to play this game.
It was fun.
So
I loved the
Yeah.
backgrounds.
this game,
Backgrounds
this
are
game,
fantastic. Phenomenal.
While this slide says pretty much the same as Rock Band 2, this is like in between Rock Band 2 and 3. They
Yes. Yeah.
basically started working on the Rock Band 3 engine, probably based on this game. The highway angles are very much Rock Band 3 esque.
Yes.
Aesthetically, you
Highway.
can tell where they were going.
Yes, and you could see that the character designs for George, Paul, John, and Ringo, that they're trying to go more towards like the Rock Band 3 aesthetic. But needless to say, beautiful fucking game. This is the first game
Yes.
that added harmonies, so more than one vocalist could play vocals.
Yes. Ooh, that's
which
a,
is
I
pretty,
should add that to
pretty
the slide.
awesome.
Yeah, that's good.
Harmonies were the big thing added to this game. It was a big selling point. It was like, oh yeah, you could sing as all the guys on the Beatles all at once. A harmony system, and this is the first time that the vocal system, I believe, it was kind of more like the Rock Band 3 vocals engine. The talkie notes did not count in this game. It feels like they were still working out how to deal with talking notes and not make them as strict. Because like in Rock Band 2, they were still a little bit iffy. Like Cherry Bomb by the Runaways, that is my fucking finally FCable on vocals in Rock Band 2, whereas unFCable in Rock Band 1 for a very long time. I don't know if it got done, but it was still pretty hard on Rock Band 2. DLC for Rock Band 1, Cherry Bomb, fucking infamous. But yeah, no, in Beatles Rock Band, any talking notes in the game didn't count at all. They didn't count as a note. No points were rewarded for it. I don't know if it used the vibrato cheese that they have in Rock Band 3 with Beatles Rock Band. It might have, it might not have. But
I don't know anything
think-
about vocals anyway, so.
yeah, no. Like, I played a lot of Beatles Rock Band vocals because I was like, I want to do harmonies. This shit's really cool. This is how I actually learned how to understand music enough to like make a harmony in my head. Like, it was because of this fucking game. I brain rotted enough, and I was like, oh, that's how it works. Wow.
The Beatles taught you that.
The Beatles taught me. Yeah, that being said, I don't think there's anything else about this game that was weird. This is like the most free full game FC if you're on guitar.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely.
But some
Pretty much everything,
honestly,
right?
not a-
Maybe
not
other
a
than
f-
vocals.
I don't know about a free drums FC. Ticket to Ride
Drums.
is disgusting, and I don't think I've ever FC'd
There you
that
go.
song.
You FC'd it. With
Yeah,
a couple of
let's do
kicks
that-
in there.
Yeah, we'll do that 7 roll like 30 times and make sure. You know what? The problem was that I was playing on an Ion drum set, and that had a roll limit
Roll
on
limit.
Beatles.
Yes, it
on Beatles,
did.
so I can never do it.
Yeah,
Thank you, Ion
fair.
Brain.
Thank you, Ion Brain.
Ion's still around.
Um,
They still make stuff. Very
Yeah,
cool.
no.
They
They
have
make,
like a streamer kit. I saw it at Micro Center. Yeah.
They also make party lights and karaoke
Yes.
machines.
They were doing that
Oh,
before
yeah,
too, I
I've seen
think,
stuff
right?
like that.
Yeah.
Probably.
Very cool.
But next game.
There's still a strum limit, but it doesn't matter in this game. No strum
yeah.
limit.
You're
Yeah,
never
there's
gonna
nothing
get
fast.
there unless they do
Nothing,
customs, which they're
nothing
very
that
silly.
actually uses the strum limit.
Yeah, the
Um,
customs and Beatles are very
Going
silly.
on, Lego Rock Band.
Yay,
The aesthetic
family
is Lego
games.
gems. And
Okay, you had to have heard that thunder right now, did you not?
Nah.
Your
No.
noise suppression is amazing.
I
your
guess
noise
so.
suppression is going in.
I'm fucking Audacity picked up.
Working overtime.
Anyways,
Lego Rock
Lego.
Band is the Rock Band 2 engine. The neck angle, everything about it, the aesthetic. Even in the fucking title menu, like the main menu.
It's Rock
the main
Band 2.
menu,
Yeah.
they have the fucking tiger from the Rock Band 2.
But
yeah,
Lego-fied.
this is
promotional
literally
art.
just Rock Band 2, but with Legos. Like, the entire aesthetic is Rock Band 2, but Legos. The characters are Rock Band 2 characters, but Legos. So,
Like-
got a cool story mode, though.
Camera, like,
Yeah.
all the same.
I really like the story mode in this game. I know that we're not talking about the story, but fuck it, we're Lore Hero. We're talking about our experiences with these games, too.
yeah,
On
there's
top
really,
of
honestly,
knowledge.
the engine itself, there's not much to talk about with most of these
Nah.
games, so we can talk about the entire experience. Might as
So
well.
Hopo
Fill
chords
up
are
the
still
time.
broken, like
Yes.
Rock Band 2 360 title update 1, but that's about it. There's really nothing else. Strum limit still exists. One thing that got added to this game that changed the experience for a lot of people was the family-friendly content filter,
true.
and some songs,
Oh,
some
boy.
DLC were not allowed to be played in Rock Band.
Yes.
Lego Rock Band. So that was the first time that people were barred off from using content that they paid for in a game that they paid for.
There's actually quite a fair bit of songs that were not available in Rock Band 1, or in Lego Rock Band, sorry, because since I was making all my shit for the Rock Band Gauntlet, all this is on the Wikipedia pages for the soundtracks that would be able to be imported into Rock Band 1. There are 842 songs that could be played in Lego Rock Band that were on the disc from Rock Band 1, Rock Band 2, and all the DLC. And that's probably out of, like, I don't have an exact number in front of me, but over 1,000, a couple thousand maybe, like close to 2,000 songs.
I was going to say 2,000. That was my guess.
Like, a lot of songs. Well, actually, no, hold on. Because all the Rock Band 3 stuff was after that couldn't be played. It's many of them. I can't give you the exact number, but I can tell you the exact number of songs that you can play. It's 842.
Some funny additions that we were allowed to play in like Lego Rock Band was like Constant Motion by Dream Theater. You can play like
why the hell would you ever want to play that?
You play Chiron by All That Remains.
Yeah, the entire All That Remains pack is in there.
I think This Calling is also playable.
Yep, the entire pack. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. You just said the entire pack. My bad.
The 2 weeks.
So that was pretty funty to play with the first ever edition of Auto Kick on drums as a cheat code or a
interesting
modifier.
piece of lore.
Wow.
Didn't even think of that.
And super easy.
And super easy, which was just easy mode with even less notes. I think.
For sure,
Cool.
there was a shortened song mode as well.
Oh, really?
Super Easy was a shortened version of the song on Easy.
Was that?
Correct.
Oh, that was it.
I believe someone prove me
I
wrong.
knew about
I would
that.
love to know.
Yeah,
There
me
is
neither.
shorter. There is a shorter song selection.
Radio
in this game.
edits.
Radio edits, and
We were
I
talking
think
about this
that was the
before.
only time that it was in
Pre-show.
That was the only time it was an option. Technically, I say technically because in Rock Band 1 on vocals, you would get shortened versions of some songs.
True.
Gimme Shelter on vocals? No. One for sure was Foreplay Long Time, where they just cut out the foreplay. They cut that shit out. It's just long time on vocals. Train Kept It Rollin' was for sure shortened. Green Grass and High Tides for sure shortened.
The entire end was cut. There's nothing
Won't Get
else to
Fooled
say unless
Again
the
was
guitar
also shortened.
solo.
Oh, shit.
Won't Get Fooled Again.
That makes sense.
On Rock Band 1.
A long song.
Yeah, it was.
But those were like the only ones before Lego Rock Band that had a shortened version of the song. I don't know the shortened versions of songs in Lego Rock Band. I never tried it. Never cared to.
Neither did I. I just knew
But
that
I
existed.
believe I think they do exist on the DS version of Lego Rock Band because the DS cartridges can only hold so much audio. Lore fact. Wow.
That's some cool lore.
Interesting fact.
That's some cool lore.
But yeah, Lego Rock Band. I feel like personally, I know we're trying to keep this one down like to an hour or so. I think after
that ain't
we talk
happening,
about
my man.
I think after no, but like talking about Green Day Rock Band after that, like Rock Band 3 and the games after it probably don't really need its own episode, but like
There's still not a whole lot to talk about.
yeah, I guess there
Yeah.
is still a lot to talk about. Yeah, I guess we can bust
we
through
can
it.
finish it off here. We can go quick. There's not a lot left to do here. But
Yeah, okay.
did you have something more to say about Lego or no?
I think that's it.
I'm good. I don't think there's anything else about
The
Green Day
hopos are
Rock
hard to
Band.
tell.
Yeah,
The
they're hard to
Lego
tell.
hopos are
Yeah,
kind of
because
tough to tell.
it's like Rock Band 1 level bad.
Yes, they are. They're bad.
Green Day Rock Band.
Same as
This
Rock
one-
Band 2.
It has
Fairly,
the aesthetic
kind
of
It's Rock Band
2.
2.2, in my opinion.
No, yeah, okay.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
what's cursed with this game is that it's Rock Band 2 with Rock Band 3 neck angle.
Yes.
It's
Yeah,
weird.
It's weird.
It
It
doesn't
feels
look.
weird.
It doesn't look right. It never did.
Yeah.
There's a strum limit in this game, so it's not fun for people playing East Jesus
East Jesus
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
Drum engine. Oh, okay. So this engine is very interesting because this was the one game out of the whole series where I absolutely needed negative video calibration in
Yes.
order to hit anything.
Me too.
on
Calibration
guitar.
is fucked up in this
That
game.
that goes in. The
It is for
calibration
some
started
reason.
getting weird here on
Yes.
the slide.
Yeah.
Because you're right. It did. It started getting weird.
And so, I mean, this was also another instance of them being very clear about the aesthetic push that they're making for Rock Band 3. The vocals still had harmonies, but the track essentially just looked like a Rock Band 3 vocal track.
That is
Yes.
just like the Rock Band 3 track with a
And
different
I-
needle.
I want to say that Talkie still didn't do anything in this game. So I'd say that this is the exact same engine as Rock Band Beatles, with some weird funkiness to the calibration. It might just be aesthetics
Yeah.
because they just slapped the Rock Band 2 look on the Rock Band 3.
It's funny how
So-
each of these games are like, besides like Rock Band, are like incremental changes. That's why I said like Rock Band
Yeah.
2.2. Like maybe like Beatles Rock Band is like Rock Band 2.2 and Green Day's like Rock Band 2.5, you know? Like in
and
terms
was
of the
was
back end stuff.
Pearl Jam Green Day was all Pearl Jam Rock Band. Pearl Jam Rock Band was supposed to run off of this Green Day engine based
Yep,
off
and
of
it
the
never came out.
screenshots that
canceled.
we've seen or the words that have been spoken about
seen
the
it.
game just in whispers over the last like 8 years. Like Pearl Jam was supposed to run off the Green Day engine, but instead that game would have only video backgrounds, and so Green Day Rock
Concert
Band
footage.
didn't sell very well. So Pearl Jam pulled out last second, but there's still traces to it in Rock Band 3's code, which
Yes.
is very interesting.
Yep. I guess there was like a whole like category when you're
Yes.
when you're sorting things in your quick play menu that there'd be a Pearl Jam Rock Band.
If you take all the Pearl Jam songs from the 10 album, and then you set the source of like where they're supposed to be sorted to PJRB, then it would spawn a new category in Rock Band 3 called Pearl Jam Rock Band.
So you had to
Yeah.
brute force it, but it was still
You had to
there.
brute force
So
it.
they-
So you had to
they didn't
change
remove
the
it.
DTA file holding all the metadata.
Cool.
So
That's a nice lore fact.
Shout out to JNAC for figuring that one out a while back. Maybe it was either JNAC or Scott, either one of those Milo wizards. One of those two. But yeah, good pivot over to Rock Band 3.
Yeah,
This
speaking
is
of
where
Rock Band
things
3.
changed a lot, but there's not a lot to talk about, but it did change a lot. Right off the rip, no strum limit. No strum limit
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
whatsoever.
God. Woo! No strum limit. It was
Hooray.
such a big quality of
Now-
life upgrade.
However,
I do want to say that I believe the way that they did this new like remove strum limit, I think they started using the same like type of double strum protection that they were doing in Guitar Hero World Tour and God forbid Guitar Hero Metallica. Now strumming is kind of weird in those games and you can kind of overstrum a bit but still keep your combo. You can do that in Rock Band 3 to a lesser extent, but you can definitely still do it. If you strum fucking fast enough, you can definitely have one note, just keep your combo, and you do a quick little flam on the strum bar.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You'd still do that on Rock Band 3, but
I've
then
never tried that.
you can strum like Green Grass and High Tides, no problem. Don't go away mad, just go away easy.
like I said, I think Elliot got that like first try the day it came out. Like
Interesting lore about this game. When this game first came out, there was no hyperspeed in practice mode.
Oh my
even if
fucking
you
God,
did
I
enable
forgot
it.
about that. Ugh.
Even if you did enable it, there was no hyperspeed in practice mode until Title Update 3 or 2. I don't know if it was I
know
think
which
it was
one.
either 3 or 4.
if it was 3,
or
it's
4.
fucked.
I don't know. But it was a while, and this game had 5 title updates. And
Yeah,
title
and that's
updates
not
on
even-
an Xbox game.
Dude.
That costs like fucking $50,000 each, or like 10
It's
grand.
five
each.
figures. It's at least
it's a
10
lot.
figures to get that
That's not
patch
even-
through on the console.
So here this basically also goes with engines. So there's a long-standing theory that between Title Update 4 and Title Update 5, something with calibration changed. There's a theory that like people have different calibration numbers between TU4 and TU5. And like I've
It's
experienced
crazy.
that myself, Like I have different numbers between the two.
And also, once again, practice mode being a different engine from
Yeah, practice mode's a different engine.
that is a
Yep.
real thing. That is a very,
Yep.
very real thing.
It's a different
But
engine.
nonetheless, I mean, there's a lot of quirks with Rock Band 3 that you wouldn't know unless you were sweating your ass off playing this game. Which there are still a good amount of people that sweat their ass
yeah.
off and only play Rock Band 3.
Yeah, that's
Shout out
the
to those
ace.
people.
Yeah.
This game has a very strict dynamic timing window.
The
like
strictest you've
even-
ever seen.
The strictest that we've ever seen, and I believe it. I don't even think that there's a limit to how strict it gets. Like it is dynamic down to the frame, even
Probably.
beyond a frame. Very, very likely that you can probably make a song with unhittable notes if it's fast enough, like truly unhittable, in a combo. I don't know. I'm just saying like custom wise. I'm not saying that there are songs that are unhittable, but like the clearest example of just frame perfect, Rock Band 3 guitar gameplay is like Chiasm. Like that's
Chiasm.
it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I was going to say Chiasm.
It's fast enough to where playing one, you have to play by the game's rules, the original rules, which is like the anti-ghosting or the no ghosting, so no descending ghosting and shit like that. Dynamic timing window, And then on top of that, it's just like you gotta hope that the game likes you at that moment in time. So
Hourglass Part 2.
I don't want to talk about it. Added strum and trill lanes. Very fucking broken.
Boo!
So we need to have a visual for this because every time we talk about it, there's no people don't know what lanes are, and I hope to God that they don't add them to Festival. But even though we've seen markers for them in the charts,
they're markers.
I know we've seen them marked in the charts. I don't want them to add them. So Epic, if you're listening, please don't fucking add lanes.
No,
Shit
cancel
sucks.
that.
Please.
Cancel lanes. If there's one thing that needs
Cross
to
it off
have
the
cancel
roadmap. Get it out of
I
there.
don't want it.
Cancel
Big
culture.
fan of Big
fan.
Rock endings, though.
Strum
You're
and
thinking about
Trill,
putting Big
yeah,
Rock
add
endings.
Big
I'll
Rock
take
endings.
those.
And solo
So-
bonus.
Not lanes.
You take a song like oh my god, what's like
Dirty,
a good
Dirty Pool. I don't know. Like, they did that in Rock Band 4, though.
They added that for Rock Band 4,
How
yeah.
about
Yeah.
the ending to Raining Blood?
Oh, fuck
Yeah.
off. Yeah.
What about
that
20,
was-
25 or 6 to 4? Had lanes, right?
Yeah.
25 or 6 to 4. Yep. that
Strum
also-
lanes.
Yeah, that shit sucks.
Trill
So on-
lanes.
It had trill and strum
roundabout.
lanes. So the idea behind trill and strum lanes is that it's supposed to have you play like a part that's super fast strumming or super fast trills. Sometimes never super fast trills. So I don't know why the fuck
Yeah,
they
just
had
slow.
trill lanes for some slow ones too.
It's just
Yeah.
where it's like
But-
ambiguous how many notes is actually being played.
Yeah, exactly.
So you
That's
can
the
play
right-
pretty much or as little as you want. You can, I mean, if visually you see like a strumming passage is like,
You can just, like, go...
You can go and
Yeah,
still
it'll
hit a
just
combo.
work.
Yeah. And so they added that there for people who didn't want to feel overwhelmed by seeing really fast strumming or
But they don't work.
overwhelming notes in a trill, but they don't work in Rock
Yeah.
Band 3. They fixed
Seemingly
this in Rock
randomly,
Band 4.
you'll just break your combo
They've-
without
yeah,
any
they fixed
sort
it in
of
Rock Band 4.
reason.
Drums also has this. Speaking of
Yeah.
drums, hold on. Before I go into drums, there's like a consistent method of doing trill lanes, and you have to strum the last note of a trill
Yes.
lane in
Yes.
order for you to complete it. As for strum lanes, gotta hope you didn't overstrum. Get better.
Yeah, overstrumming in a strum lane. I thought you said it was going to be ambiguous. Do as many or as little as you want. Yeah,
And usually,
no!
Until the very end of
one of the methods for consistently hitting strum lanes that I remember was to purposely not strum the last note of the lane.
yeah. Stop early.
Yes.
Stop
that would work.
a note early.
That would work.
And then you have to
Yeah.
strum out of it,
People
right?
would do like small gallops of strums. Like if it was
Yeah.
like da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, instead people would go ba-da ba-da.
Yeah.
Really funny.
Yeah, they're fucking
So,
weird.
on the brighter side of things, Pro Drums got added to the game, and that's the best way to play drums in any video game to this date.
Yes.
And Pro Guitar and Pro Bass
and Pro Guitar
keys.
and
All
Pro
sorts of
Bass
Pro
and
instruments
Pro
are
keys.
here.
Yeah, Pro Guitar.
Pinky Milo.
that
Pinky
thing.
Milo.
It's
It's the
red
Mustang he's
thing.
got
Yeah.
over there.
The Mustang.
It was
so,
it's a MIDI guitar with like 100 something. I forget how many frets are on that thing, but there's over 100 little buttons on there.
it's
That's meant to be
117,
like strings.
I believe, on the Mustang. 117. So it was a weird.
Sheesh.
That ain't divisible by 6.
Is it
that I'm
really?
talking about.
No,
Or
but like
17?
no, 17 frets. That's what I got mixed up with.
Oh,
The 126 buttons, 17 frets.
Okay,
That's what it was. Sorry, my bad. But at least the buttons feel decent. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, they're not
complain about
terrible.
them. They're
yeah,
not
it's an okay
terrible.
guitar, and for the
Okay
price that
guitar.
they're selling it for, that's reasonable. Like at retail, I think it was like
$70.
maybe like $70-$80. It wasn't a lot. It was less.
You
than
were
that.
able to get one like you can still get one like mint condition,
Fairly cheap.
brand new for like $80, I think.
There was a bundle that came, like it was the game and that Mustang controller that came with a Red Hot Chili Peppers 5-song pack. If you
Did it?
still have one of those things today, that's money, dude. That is worth a lot of money because that whole track
Money.
pack is delisted. But if you have that code, it still works. Until the end of this month when the Xbox Live store shuts down on Xbox 360.
Then you're gonna have to get an RGH, and then no one's happy. Well, you're gonna be very
Well,
happy. with
you're
an
you're very
RGH.
happy, but
You're gonna be very happy.
all the resellers ain't
Get
gonna
a
be happy
RGH.
about that.
Get an
Get
RGH.
an RGH. Just do it. What's stopping
Just do
you?
it.
Just do it.
Why would you play Pro Guitar when you can play Power Gig Rise of the 6th String?
That's what I'm saying. I'm
I
saying
don't,
it
I don't
had a
remember
real
if I've
guitar.
ever shared this. I remember this from the Rock Band subreddit. This is from 6 years ago. Somebody saying, "Should I get into Pro? Should I get this?" And then one of the Harmonix community managers responding with, "Just buy Rocksmith."
Brother, I love that.
That's so good.
No
It
way.
is just better. So
Holy crap,
I-
that is
I
HMXL.
remember I don't know if it was like a GDC. I think it was a GDC in like 2010 or 11, and they're showing like early footage of Rock Band 3 Pro Guitar, and it was on a Rock Band 2 venue with Rock Band 2 UI.
Oh, I know what you're talking
You know
about.
what I'm talking about?
They're talking about like just like the tech behind it, I believe. Yeah, just like a GDC.
I will say Rock Band 3 is a technical miracle by all standards.
It's a great game.
It is a ridiculous
It's a very
A lot going on.
Very well developed
going on.
game. Yeah.
And at the baseline of all of this, you realize that they managed to get 7 USB devices to work on a Nintendo Wii.
Crazy.
All at once. 7 devices.
64 megabytes of RAM, by the way.
3 singers, a drum set, a guitar, another guitar, and a keyboard. Probably
Animated
another
backgrounds,
guitar,
too.
You know?
Well,
And
it's
it had
funny.
one. Well, okay, so listen, on all instruments mode, it was a video background.
Okay, interesting.
For real?
Yeah, there's a video background on all
Interesting.
instruments mode.
I didn't know that.
But you can force it to be in a regular venue, and it does not like it.
It don't work. No,
I don't think
no,
it,
64
it
megabytes
does
of RAM,
not
bro.
like it at all.
Well, I was gonna say
So-
with the Rock Band 3 betas that we saw for Wii, like that game was fucking rough, dude. It was rough.
I mean, over a year before it came out, yeah, of course. It was
yeah,
rough.
but like they
yeah.
were having like that was a big
Like
porting job. That
Dev
was
kits
big.
and shit though, like have way more RAM to work with.
Oh yeah.
And so they have to like
Twice
shrink
as
it
much.
down. Yeah,
Mhm.
twice as much, and so it's just to figure out like the limitations. Like I get that, but it also still sucks dick. And it also explains why the Wii backgrounds, even on Rock Band 2, they're dark as shit.
Yeah, there's no lighting like,
lights
anywhere.
going on. There are barely any lights going on. But you know what still got support with DLC and Rock Band Network? Wii. Still did.
True.
Even
Amazing.
up until Rock Band 3, man.
Yep.
Like, last thing that got added to the game on top of all the pro instruments, which, you know, I guess we could talk, you know, we need to continue to talk about the engine. Pro Drums engine had this weird bug with a MIDI Pro adapter on 360 specifically, where if there's 2 cymbal hits, a together hit with a cymbal, you have to hit them separate from each other.
You have to like
And this
flam
was-
it, kind
The
of.
reason why
Yeah.
is because the MIDI Pro adapter, when it was interpreting both of those MIDI notes getting hit at once, it would trigger a tom note instead of a cymbal.
Weird.
Or just, yeah, it was very, very weird, and that was exclusive to Xbox 360.
I didn't know that.
Doesn't exist on PS3. Does
Weird.
not exist on PS3. Unfortunately for PS3 owners, if you had the MIDI Pro adapter for PlayStation 3 and you used it on Rock Band 4, you would have a roll limit. But
Bitch.
yeah. So, but they get to play like easygoing drum songs for no problem. So who's the real loser? The Xbox 360 MIDI Pro adapter owners had to get a $2,000 adapter.
Hey, here's the real winner: is
Dang.
if you played on Wii and you had the Wii MIDI Pro adapter, but then you switched over to PS4. So when you're playing Rock Band 4 and you wanted to use your old cool drum set you used on Wii, guess what? You just rip that little MIDI Pro adapter open, rip off a capacitor, and bam, it's a PS3 one now, baby.
it
just
had
works.
Like you just have
It
to.
was,
You
a
have to.
JP, it was a JP2 jumper, and you just flick
that's
it off.
exactly
with like
what
a
it is.
fork.
It's just a jumper.
Or a,
Just a
you
jumper
flick
cable,
it
not a
off.
capacitor. A
Oh
jumper.
yeah, it's a jumper. It was a jumper for JP2.
It's just
and
two
you pop it off.
two solder bridges, I think, right? Like just a
Oh,
bridge.
just- yeah. 2 solder bridges, and you just pop off the one connecting the two.
Wii
And
to
it just-
amazing.
PS3, non-reversible,
Yeah.
unless you solder it back, of course.
Yeah, exactly.
Um.
Learn how to
and
solder.
then
It's a
the
great
key-
skill.
Yeah,
I wanna
solder.
say that
Do it.
I want to say that the Keys engine is pretty rough. Pro Keys.
I've actually never played Pro Keys in my life.
I've never been
and-
good enough to tell if it's a good engine. So
Well,
Right there.
I mean, like when people, you know, like when shit gets fast, you know, dynamic hit window, it's still rough. But then, like, it also allows you to hold other keys above the lower ones. And
yeah,
okay.
I
there's
don't know.
downward extended sustains too.
I believe that when you play keys on a guitar controller, that engine is different from playing guitar or bass.
Huh.
Yes,
I
it is
believe
because
it is.
because there are downward extended sustains. There are extended sustains in a Rock Band game on keys.
Yeah, on keys. But, like, even if you play on an actual guitar, not even the 5-lane mode on Pro Keys, like, you actually play a 5-lane chart on a guitar meant for keys, I believe it's a little bit different. But I don't know. I have not FC'd a whole bunch of keys songs.
I bet Maze Geek would know.
on- I feel like
There's
Ace
not a
would
whole
know.
lot
That
of keys
motherfucker's
to play.
FC'd all the
Yeah, that's
all the
true, that's true.
keys songs. You know,
Actually, there's about 1,000 key songs. I think 1,000
Yeah.
songs
Damn,
between
1,000?
DLC and yeah.
Wow.
Most of Rock Band
Um,
3 DLC had keys.
It can't be understated how much work Harmonix did with this game. Like, it's unreal.
yeah.
Like,
Lastly,
jeez.
unison bonuses as a solo player was very nice. I liked that a lot.
Yes.
It is a great addition. And
Because we didn't talk about this, I guess, before. Because unison bonuses, the way you're supposed to hit those is the entire band is playing in unison. So the entire band would have an overdrive phrase. If you all hit the overdrive phrase, you instead of just getting one phrase out of the 4 possible of the full bar, you got 2 phrases for the one.
So you can activate immediately as soon as you
right
all
away.
hit it. But now in Rock Band 3, if you just hit that one golden phrase, you can activate immediately.
Yep.
That exists on all instruments, even vocals.
It's a very nice little quality of life thing.
Which,
kind of a festival-ish
vocals-
type beat.
Vocals, by the way, added support for pressing select during a little activation wave
Ooh.
to be
I didn't
able
know
to
that.
you could squeeze a little bit
You know,
easier.
no longer do you have to just into the, in
Yeah,
the
you don't
microphone.
have to go. Or what did Bill TV show do? He would do a little woof, woo.
Yeah, something like that. Just a little yipper.
Yeah, vocal squeezing was something of
That was a weird.
legends.
Yeah.
That timing
But-
was unreal.
But now I believe you could, if you play on harmonies, you could activate just about at any time. If you're playing on solo, I think you could press A or select during a little waveform area. Not waveform, that's a Guitar Hero term. But you know what I'm talking about, the little activation golden areas on vocals. You could just press A or select on a
Like
controller.
a drum fill, but
on Rock
for
Band 3.
vocals, pretty much. Similar.
Yeah.
Iffy.
I mean,
Yeah.
it gets a little bit more complex in Rock Band 4, which we're moving to right now.
Yeah, Rock Band 4. It's
You
just
know,
Rock Band 3, but kind of better and also kind of worse.
One thing I want to point out that's not engine related. This is the only Rock Band game that has the tagline "Start a Band, Rock the World" on the box art
On the front of the box.
on the front. Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it had, I think Rock Band 1 and 2 have it on the back. Yeah, they're both on the back, but on the front, prominently on Rock Band 4 is Start a Band, Rock the World.
I think it's a lot better on the front, personally. I think it's cooler.
Yeah,
you
it's a
know?
good tagline. I like it.
It's a great
it is
tagline.
a good tagline.
Yeah. Play Fortnite, start a band.
Rock the festival.
Rock,
Fest
yeah.
the world.
Rock the
this
house.
one stage.
I think the biggest thing to mention with Rock Band 4 out the gate is it launched really in a poor state, and
Yeah.
good lord, the calibration was so screwy.
Really fucking bad.
Well,
Yeah, if there's anybody
to
that
this
played
day.
Rock Band 4 and release, it's literally you three guys. I didn't even have an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4.
I got, dude. I had Rock Band 4 day one. It was I was upstate in college, and my roommates wanted to play it, and I didn't want to play it because it was so bad. Like I was like,
It
this
was
is
rough.
terrible. Like
I soldiered on.
Yeah.
I was the first ever full game FC on expert guitar in Rock Band
God
4.
damn.
Yo,
Dude,
Did it
Yeah,
within
was
48
real.
hours.
It was
was not fun.
between you and Rob, right? I don't remember.
Yeah, but I beat him.
Yeah, I know
Insane.
you. Did.
Oh,
This game.
I know he got
like,
first ever Dream Genie. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah,
it's fine.
I didn't get Dream Jimmy first.
I was so. Have we brought up like the really rough beta footage of this game before on the podcast? I feel like we
I don't
might
think
have.
we have. I don't know if we have or not. But I
have
mean,
we
yeah,
brought up
it
the
looked
fact
bad.
that I'm pretty sure
It's
UCog
rough.
Monkey got to play that version of the game?
He did, and he said it was very bad.
Terrible.
He said it was very bad.
terrible.
Yeah.
And
Well-
yeah, no, and that's why he was like pretty hesitant to talk about it like on stream too.
This was a big shifting point for
I may have
Harmonix
been
because
wrong though, but
Harmonix at this point, like the big funding that they had previously, it was all gone. All of it was gone. You know, they were on
Yeah,
their own.
they were fully indie at this point.
Yeah, they were an indie studio at this point. They were indie. Like the fact that this game came out at all is kind of insane when you think about it. You know?
the
yes.
fact that
Yeah.
festival exists is also insane too.
Yeah.
Yeah, now they have money
Hey.
again, though.
Now
they have money again.
Now
They
we
didn't have any
now we
money when this
Tupac.
came
we have
out, bro.
Tupac in the game, bro.
I think Harmonix really just bet everything on Rock Band 4.
They did.
They put
They
their
did.
all into that game, and the company's survival was on the line, and somehow they made it. I mean, Mad Cats didn't survive it.
Mad
Nope.
Cats did not survive.
They died.
Mad Cats went
EDP
bankrupt.
got by, and then
Yeah.
they didn't survive.
And then this is that situation is what unfortunately scared a lot of companies away from Harmonix to make new hardware for their games.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
'cause
why.
Mad Cats
Like,
went
people-
under because they made these instruments and they undersold.
badly.
Well, people. One of the
They're badly.
again, this isn't engine related, but I feel like it's an interesting piece of lore. There's one like interview Harmonix did years ago about Rock Band 4, where they were asked about new instruments, and I think that the quote, I might be paraphrasing here, is like, you know, we've been shopping around, but like, you know, we've been knocking on doors, but nobody's answering. Like nobody wanted to work
this
with
was
them.
the this was the anniversary stream when you came over in 2021.
Yeah. Nobody.
And so-
They were knocking on doors and nobody was answering. Like people didn't want to work with them. It was very unfortunate. You know, they
But
were
look
scared.
at the timeline we're in now. Rip
Hell
Masters,
yeah.
everybody, look
PvP
at that
came
shit.
back.
Are we happy now
They
or what?
PDP gave him a second chance. It's a wonderful thing. You know?
Yeah, look
Yeah.
at that. They made that thing over there. They made a Riftmaster. You can go buy them
Yeah,
now. They've been
exactly.
restocking all the time.
Yeah.
If you still want a Riftmaster, go check out PDP's website. Literally, like every day, they've been restocking. So
Yep. W.
Engine talk wise now.
Yes.
Yeah, engine, though.
This game,
Yeah,
this
sorry.
game is not as like what was
This is
it?
a weird game.
strict as Rock Band 3.
True.
Yes.
There's still some weird bits here and there, but they also changed the engine a lot through title updates and all that stuff. And I
Yes,
think they're
this
probably on the
was very
final
much-
iteration of their engine, and it feels pretty solid. I like the engine.
this was very
It
much like
feels-
sort of. It wasn't live service necessarily, but it was definitely like Harmonix's first go around with like updating the game
Updating all the
itself
time.
a lot. Because I mean,
Yeah.
Rock Band 3,
Yeah.
Rock Band, all the Rock Bands did have title updates, but they were small. They were minor things. But there were big, like foundational
Look, listen,
changes
like,
that happened in Rock Band 4.
Yeah, I mean, Rock Band 3, that was like the first time we saw a lot of foundational changes, and that way it's like, oh, we need to be on this update in order for us to experience Rock Band 3 better. Rock Band 4 started dog shit and ended up being pretty good.
They completely
Um,
remade that game pretty
They
much
completely
from
remade
within
the
a
game.
year.
It took them like 2 years for it to get
I mean,
perfect.
like, even just visually, like, all the menu UI changed. All of, like,
Yeah.
the backgrounds changed. Like, different lighting effects, different, like, character animations, maybe even. I don't know.
Now, if you
Almo-
don't
it's
have
almost
the,
entirely unrecognizable
Yeah.
from launch.
if you have the
guys-
disc, you have the disc version of the game, the original disc version, you can
Don't
still
play that
this
shit.
version of the game. Don't fucking do it, but you can.
Yeah, it's worth mentioning. Look at how Harmonix had to do like all these different expansion packs in the past, right? Where they were different discs. Now, Rivals was an upgrade when they did it. This is the first time we
Yes.
actually got an expansion pack
Yeah.
that literally modified the original game.
Rivals was like a new
Yeah.
game. Like,
Yeah. It
And
was
that's
a
why
huge
it's kind
upgrade.
of sold as such. You
Yeah.
have to buy it.
Yeah.
It was $40 upon release,
It's
but
still,
now it's
dude.
I can
now
buy it
it's
for 10.
Yeah, for 10.
Yeah.
Steal.
And you still get like what 60 songs in the game?
$10 is a
something?
steal. If you're getting a
65 songs in the
Riftmaster
game.
and you
Yeah.
don't have Rock Band 4, $10.
What are you doing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro. If you have a
Well-
Riftmaster and you don't like Festival, go get Rock Band 4. It's
Well, guess
Please.
what? You can use your PS4 Riftmaster for Rock Band 4 if you buy a certain device and hook it up with Sandtroller.
You can.
Hit up
W
JNAC.
Sandtroller once again.
Yep. JNAC
Yeah,
knows
your
what's
Riftmaster
good.
works on your Xbox 360 for that matter, or your PS3. Shout out Sandtroller.
you know what? I'll say this now. I'm probably I'm cooking up some shit. Cooking up some shit for the people to understand. The guitar
Good.
buying market is very different from what it was 3 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's time,
time for
for
an update.
follow up.
Okay.
Very much time for a
Good,
follow up.
good call.
That's good. That's good.
Because shit just got kind of real after a revelation this past week. Shit just got fucking real. And I can't really
Revelation?
let you guys. I don't even know if I told you guys about it yet, but it's
I have not heard about it.
It's some crazy
Interesting.
fucking shit, and I can't wait
Interesting.
to tell you guys and other people. I'll definitely tell you guys after we're done recording.
Interesting.
Anyway, let's finish this bitch up. Let's finish this bitch
Yeah,
up.
let's go. So lanes are easier. They kind of fixed lanes. They're still not perfect. Sometimes they can still
suck
act a
dick
bit
and
erratically.
balls, but they work better.
They definitely work better. You can definitely kind of rely on them. There's only a couple of instances where I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna have to do something really crazy with this lane to make sure it hits. One of them is like the end of Super Unknown, like the very last Trill lane. I kind of have to strum that last one, otherwise it doesn't hit. There's lanes on Dead Black Heart of Ice that are kind of sometimes funky.
Sometimes
really-
funky and
It's the
bullshit.
transitions out of a lane into a regular note that gets weird.
Yeah,
and
they're
with
odd.
it, and with the lane starting with a hopo, you
Yeah,
get scared.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
It
It's
took
like, what
me.
do I do
It
here?
deadass took
Should
me
I
a
strum or
couple of
no?
tries to get Dead Black, bro. It took me a couple tries. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, a lot of
Sucked.
strum lanes in Dead Black.
Calibration is very weird. If you're playing on PlayStation
Oh, boy.
4, you have like an
Yeah.
average of like 160 audio with like
Oh, yeah.
80.
That's like the
80 video.
baseline.
That's like baseline 0.
Instead of starting at 0 in this game is essentially 100-100. You know,
Yeah.
it's where you have to start and work from there. I believe my calibration numbers are kind of similar to my festival numbers. Actually, it's like 165 and something else on Rock Band 4. And
but
then
we
the
did,
other
we
stuff
did
we
talk
pretty much
about,
talked about.
Yeah, we talked about everything else, and you know,
I feel like we
weekly
did, yeah.
DLC releases until January was super. You know, I mean, hey, few and far between. We had just about under 1,000 Rock Band 4 DLC tracks that were brand new to the game. By the way, brand new
Actually,
to
it
the
was a total of. Hold on, let me grab my thing over here. There was over 1,000 Rock Band 4 DLCs, but not unique. So
Not
Rock Band
unique,
4 DLC, there was 1,095 of them, but 272 of those were already in a game previously, either through being a rewind, which was just an older like Rock Band 1 or 2 or 3 or Lego Rock Band song that they made DLC again because all the exports had expired by this point, so there's no way to get them in Rock Band 4 other than just buying them again because they released them again.
Yeah.
Right.
There was also some Rock Band Network songs that were released as official DLC because Rock Band Network was gone at the time, and Rock Band Network songs didn't transfer to Rock Band 4. And then also there was a 30-song mega pack that came out not that long after release. That was like a whole bunch of harmonics bands. There was like all the Rock Band 2 like bonus songs that were harmonics bands. There was a bunch of like freeze pop stuff like that. But most of those
like
were already in the game
Boston
before.
bands, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, I could go pull that up. And then Rivals brings a whole bunch of other like local Boston bands and like smaller indie artists.
And an unmixed version of Happy by Pharrell. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
It is very poorly mixed.
Yeah, so the 30-song mega pack had stuff like Acrobrats, Anarchy Club, Bang Camaro, Breaking Wheel, Freeze Pop, Honest Bob, Main Drag, Tijuana Sweetheart,
Honest Bob.
Main Drag as well.
That
Loved
Handsome
I
Devil,
Get By.
Megasis.
Yes, I Get By so good.
The original
like
Trombone
that.
Hero video.
Oh my
The
god.
guy playing that song on vocals. You remember that shit?
Yes.
Yeah. Love that fucking video.
But anyways, Rock Band
that's
4
Rock Band
had
4.
what? So there's 274. I didn't even give you a full number. There was 823 unique Rock Band 4
Yep,
DLC
that's
songs.
it. I thought it
That's
was
a lot.
like
That's a lot of
26.
songs.
That's
I
a
thought
lot
it
of
was
songs,
like
yeah.
26. Yeah, that's a lot of over 9 years.
Especially considering for
9
most
years.
of those years, they were just releasing 2 a week.
Yeah.
So
True.
about
Commitment.
100 songs a year.
I wonder if Tupac was in the cards for Rock Band 4. It
Nope.
doesn't matter now. We have it in Festival. Talk about Blitz really quickly.
Yeah, this is
I
kind
mean,
of this is an outlier. This is
one's-
a, a spin-off game. It was more so like an Amplitude type of game. It wasn't much of a Rock Band game, just the Rock Band name really. And
The one-
it pulled all your DLC. So
It pulled all of your DLC and it kind of like auto-generated a chart for each and every track. The one thing I didn't like about this game is that it was 2 lanes.
Yeah.
I wish it was at least
Yeah.
3 or 4. If it was 4, I'd have a reason to play this game every fucking day.
yeah, 2 lanes is a bit too simplistic.
So you know what? You know what this means? They need to have a Blitz mode for Festival.
Oh,
I
that would be
Love
so
it.
cool.
I'm not
Do
gonna
it.
lie. So with the amount of crackheads that play Fortnite, they would love that shit in Festival.
Yes.
You have
Sure.
them focusing
Yes.
on all 4 instruments at once. I said 5 like Pro was like one that you could switch to. Imagine that.
Well,
Imagine
there were
you
5 in
switch
Blitz.
over.
You had the keyboard on some
Yeah,
times.
you had the keyboard. Yeah. No, you're right. But yeah, imagine switching between the 4 tracks like Rock Band Unplugged. I mean, hey, like I said, the amount of crackheads that build Fortnite would love that shit and have a reason to go play Festival.
Oh yeah.
Listen, the money's there. Harmonix, Epic, whoever you guys go by now, it's fine.
I'm just
you've
saying.
already made this game go off 7 times. Amplitude, Frequency, Amplitude 2016. and
Just
also
do it
Blitz.
again.
Yeah,
They'll
just do it
listen.
There was that rumor of the 20-lane mode.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean that's that.
It is.
4 instruments,
Right? There was
5
at
lanes.
one
each.
That's
point.
true.
So who knows? Maybe we'll see a Blitz mode in the future. You never know. Could
I
happen.
want to see it. But yeah, really, there's nothing much else to talk about with Blitz. There was power-ups that gave you some different notes. There wasn't just regular overdrive, a bunch of different wacky things, like a little bottle rocket, or there's a pinball machine you could play.
It was a cool idea.
And then 25 songs are exportable to Rock Band 3, so that's pretty cool. But that's pretty much it for the Rock Band games. Festival we could try talking about.
Dude, we got to talk like a bit about Festival.
Yeah, we don't have time for that today. It's an ever-evolving game. It's always changing. There's a lot to talk about, and we talk about Festival
Festival
frequently, anyways. So
We can
you
pick
guys
this
probably
up
have heard
next
about it.
week after we
Yes.
have hopefully better songs than what we've had for these last few weeks.
Yeah,
With
that'd be nice.
it's been a little bit quiet on the festival front.
Yeah.
But anyways, thank you for watching Lore Hero episode 39 once again. We'll be back again next week. We might talk about Festival. We might not. Who knows? We don't know. But yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for learning about Rock Band Engines with us.
Bye-bye.
And by the way, hey, if you're watching this, I'm streaming right now. If you're watching this upon release, I'll be playing Green Day Rock Band, maybe? No, like a rock. One of the games
Wednesday?
with
No,
the
one of
Rock
the
Band
games.
Gauntlet. Whatever Wednesday is, I don't even remember. I'm not going to tell you. You have to go find out. Go click the twitch.tv
It's gonna
link
be
in the
Wednesday,
description.
my
Thanks,
dudes.
bye.